Okay, I just need to mute the thing. Should be.
Says we're live, so.
Hey, hi guys, welcome to another live.
So, hi.
Yep, we are. Okay, awesome.
Plus, I can't see the comments also, so that comments is your job today.
Okay. Okay, I'll try. It's hard to not to disrupt the flow, but
No,
yeah,
it's okay.
I want to be focused on the audience as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll understand. So,
Cool.
how are you doing since the last time we chatted?
So yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I had like a bout for a few weeks where I was out sick, which sucked. But you
Oh
saw my
no.
video I did, so that was good
Yeah.
to have that like creative inspiration at the same time as going through that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, and I've been feeling so much better since then because you're just so much more grateful after that since you've been
Oh
sick.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And it's been so hot here. So
Oh
that's
my
nice.
God, same.
I like the heat though. You
We're in the hundreds. I don't know how that translates
in
over to
Celsius.
Celsius, but it's god awful. I think we're predicted, yesterday we were predicted 104. I don't know if we hit that or not, but we were at least in the hundreds. And today we're going to hit hundreds again. And it's not even like July yet. July is usually whenever we get that 100-degree weather. So I'm just like, good. I went outside yesterday to take my dogs out, and I have three of them. So I walk them on the lead, take one, take the next, and then the next one. And that usually takes like 10 minutes. Only out there for 10 minutes. I went to the shower and rinsed off with the coldest water and just threw it all over
Really?
my hair, did all of that, to refresh myself. And then whenever I was wringing out my hair from that, the water was hot and I was using it on cold. Like, it was just hot water coming out of my hair because
Oh
my
my
hair was
God.
so hot. It was
It's a
Texas,
shame you
man.
can't enjoy it. Do you not enjoy the sun at all?
I mean, I do, just not whenever it's that hot out because it gets to a point where it's not like you will literally die if you stay out in the sun
Yeah, it
too
gets pretty
long.
much like that here actually, and it's so hard to get anything done because I have
Mhm.
so much gardening work to do, and it's
Yeah,
just like if it's too hot, we even bought like a paddling pool thing,
I get
like
dehydrated so easily too.
yeah, yeah, you have to keep drinking.
Mm.
But I went to the beach last week, which is about just over a 2-hour drive from here.
Mm.
And
That sounds
it
fun.
yeah, it was so fun, but it was so much cooler, because you get that sea breeze.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
miss it. I
yeah,
gotta
like
go there.
I'm used to the heat, so
Yeah,
um it was quite a shock, but it's so fun. I got to uh like do snorkeling for the first time and stuff, which was really cool. And
oh, that's really fun. I've never been,
yeah,
like,
you never
not
been to the
fancy
beach?
snorkeling. Well, not
Oh yeah,
snorkeling.
yeah, neither have I. Like honestly, it's worth it. Next time you go to the beach, just buy the gear, the head
Yeah,
thing
the
and the
little cute
flippers.
one.
I invested in it and it was
I don't know
so
if we'll be
worth
able
it.
to see in mine though, because our beaches and water are quite dirty.
Oh really?
Yeah, we
E
so the what is it called? Like the Gulf Coast area that wraps around. It's kind of by like Corpus is the beaches I usually go to. So we get literally all the trash of the world and shit comes in through that area.
Oh god. Oh
So
yeah. There was a little
technically
bit of
not nice.
trash, to be honest, even like when I was snorkeling, but there was a lot of plant life, which is obviously a good
Mhm.
sign, which was amazing. It was so cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so how have you been anyway? How since we last
hmm.
chatted?
It feels like it's been a really long time, to be
I
honest.
know
I feel
it's
like,
been over a month, so we try
yeah,
and catch up every month.
I think we did a live around the same time last time, though.
Yeah,
So, but it, like, I feel like so much has happened, even though really nothing has happened, like
yeah,
that.
mood.
Um, I mean, it's good for the most part. I'm tired, like, I feel really tired. I've been starting trying to, like, get back into um well, like I do yoga and stuff, but I actually started trying to exercise, like
Oh
working my
wow.
arms, doing squats. I haven't done any of that stuff since like ninth grade, so it's like
Same.
my body feels it whenever I do it. And I'm just like, And then
Yeah,
now, by like, because I ate fast food yesterday, so my body feels it even more now that I'm trying to like be a little bit healthier, like trying, attempting. I'm not gonna like
yeah.
go the long road with it, I don't think, but you know. Um I mean, I deleted my social media. That was like a big
I
thing
know.
for me
I
when that
wanted to
happened.
talk about that. I wanted to like have a big chat about
Yeah,
the
I have
whole
so much
deleting
to
social
talk about
media.
on it.
Yeah, and since you've done that, I've had so many signs and like synchronicities where that has just come up, and I'm like, oh my God, like it's something I feel really drawn to. So I'm even having, since
Mhm.
you quit, like I haven't been on Instagram. So that's like a couple of days. Like I'm just
Yeah.
trying to have a break from it and see how my mental health bears. But
Mm.
I've seen like a lot of other people have done the same thing.
Dude, I
And
noticed my addiction for it too after, because like I did exactly how you're doing it now. Like I took a break off of it without really saying anything for a while. And I tried for like the week before I decided to delete it, like just not to get on it. And
yeah,
even that was a feat. Like I would find myself pressing like to go on the app, and I'd get there, I'd be like, I don't want to be on here. Like why
yeah,
why did I even click to go? It's just like the addiction is so bad.
yeah,
And even now I'll like look on my phone where the little icon used to be, and I'm like, we're not doing that, girl. Like it's not
yeah,
there. It's gone. Thank goodness. And I don't, so like the full thing.
yeah. Let's go into it.
So the full, I guess like the main reason I have to start at the beginning with my story because
Go
Instagram
for it.
was my favorite app. I loved Instagram whenever I first got my account there. Um, Loved posting, loved having pictures because it's like a little memory file.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it was like it was fun to be on because you could find your, especially whenever I got into the witchy scene, getting into like being able to talk to the witches,
Yeah,
find other profiles. Can't really do that well anymore. Um, so the biggest I think turn off for me started with all of the scam stuff for the witchy community right now. I don't know if you've seen any of that, but a lot of
like fake
scammers have been,
accounts.
yeah, like taking hold.
Mm.
And Instagram is just like, So now I can't enjoy my witchy creators. I can't see anybody because everybody's getting accounts made of them. That's annoying. I feel like this is gonna like
Yeah.
go into a bit of a rant. I'm gonna let it. We're letting it flow.
No,
But
let's do it.
it's so annoying because you want to see like the people that inspire you, the things that you like, and then you're just, instead I see almost like every day that I went on it, I would see somebody else got an account made of them that's fake, or like a fake account,
Yeah.
or people being like, and it's just whatever. It's like now I'm upset to be on the app, right? Like because I just see Instagram's
Mm.
doing nothing, and take a breath. We need to. We're going on a roll. It's a lot to be said here, apparently.
Yeah, and it's terrible. Like
It's,
they're sort of trying to get money out of their fans, and
yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
and then you've got the actual person. Um, the actual person is like trying to defend themselves, like this is not me.
Yeah. And it ruins businesses for people, it ruins personal profiles for people. It's just really sad. So that was kind of like the first thing that made me not as interested to be on Instagram. The second thing I've noticed that they've been doing slowly over the years, piling up, is more ads in disguise of posts, if that makes
Oh,
sense. Like
yeah.
it looks like something that like somebody you would follow, but it's really an ad. And they
Hmm.
disguise it really well because I would look at it and be like, "Oh, this is a cool thing," and I'm like, "Wait, I don't think I'm like not subscribed, but I don't follow this person." And I look at it and I'm like, "Oh, it's an ad." Like fits it right in there, and and then I would get a lot of suggested, which I don't
Yeah.
want. I don't want
Yeah.
constantly. I don't mind if it's a couple, but literally, I started realizing there was so much of it coming in. And I'm like, I was sitting next to my boyfriend. I'm like, I'm gonna count it because like there's a lot, and it would be they have the pattern of the person you follow, like
Yeah.
their post, then you have an ad, then you have suggested, and it goes
Yeah.
in repeat like that.
And the posts that are suggested, it's like as if you follow them.
Exactly, yeah, it makes it
Yeah.
look like that. And then my notifications too, it's just full of this is a person we suggest you to follow. It's not
I
even my actual
know.
notifications. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't want to see who I should be following. I already put that. And also, this is the thing that makes me so angry that they added because it literally means that your follows mean nothing. Like, we already know that,
Yeah.
but like confirming it. So I don't know if you've seen the like saved thing they add for the profiles.
Yeah.
So it gives you, I think, like this is newer. I think they came out with it maybe a couple of months ago or something. But so you have a saved option for like you can save the best profiles and basically say these are the people I want to see. And you have a minimum of like I think
Oh,
20
I
or
didn't know
something
that.
like that. Yeah, it's a very recent thing that they
Yeah.
added. And it's so essentially like you're adding it to be it's basically like super liking a profile essentially if you think about it like that. And so then it tells Instagram these are the people that I want to see, but you have a limited. And I'm like, so why do we have follows then? Like it means absolutely nothing because they're saying if you follow someone you're not going to be able to actually see their stuff probably, which has been confirmed through like the stories. Whenever I look at people, I always see posts of like, can you guys actually see my stuff? Like, how many people can see this? And that's a majority. That's a majority of what
Yeah.
irritated me into leaving. I'll also say like there's the other stuff is just like people can be superficial or fake on there, but like I feel like that to me, like if you have a social media, you kind of already know that's a thing. Like that kind of comes with it. So that's in like the smaller category for me. It's more the ads got annoying. Just like I don't know, I'm so happy that I'm off of it now. It's so much. Like the weight is just
Yeah.
we don't even have to
And
deal with that.
it's there's the whole like mental health side of it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I can tell you, like, my mental health on it has been declining, I think. And again, like I said, I already know that like having that's kind of a part of the equation when you have social media. You're gonna have people that don't always like your stuff, I guess. Oh, did you freeze? I don't know if I'm being or if I'm able to be seen. Let's see. Hello, hello. Ah, oh, it's just me now. I run the show. Um, well, she'll be back. She'll be back. I'll just continue my. She just texted me now saying the internet. Are you
Okay.
in? Yay!
Okay. I'm so glad that you can stay up there because I was
Yeah,
like worried we'd lose the whole live stream.
I wasn't
Um,
sure if it was just me, like if it was my size that
no,
froze or not.
it's 100% mine. I was you were starting to go iffy, and then I was like, oh no, uh,
Okay. Well,
it's
here we
gonna
are. We're back.
happen. Yeah,
I
cool.
don't
So
know what you heard last.
yeah, so like so you kind of got up to um like you'd said the stuff about the ads, and then it was like maybe the kind of profiles that are now, or the kind of
Mhm.
people or stuff that's on Instagram, or I guess that's being pushed to you is just not.
It's just to sell to people, I guess. Like,
This is the thing, yeah, it seems so much more like everything is, and you even feel that pressure yourself, like, oh, if I'm on here, like, um, I need to almost be a product, right?
I cannot describe to you the feeling of like how much I agree with that. And it's why I didn't go like very public about this except for the people who are in my Discord, but I had tears on my Discord for stuff, and I really like just through all of this building up, I was just like, I'm not doing tiers anymore. I'll give you guys like what I was offering in there for free because it's kind of ridiculous. Like, I'll keep my jewelry. That's a physical thing I can send
Yeah.
you, you know. I
Well,
adore
if people
selling my
want
jewelry.
to,
Yeah,
like, support you, donate or whatnot,
exactly. And I
um,
don't want to make people feel bad for not being able to do that. And I also don't want to push 24/7 all the time, hey guys, I sell jewelry, because everybody already sees ads all the time everywhere they go. And my YouTube has ads on them and I'm not even making anything from it. YouTube was just like, hey, we like how your account's doing, but we're not going to give you any of the money from that effort because you don't have 4,000 watch hours. So
yeah.
fun. And so now I have ads on my thing and I can't control any of that. That's fun.
Yeah.
I feel like again, this is going to. I don't want it to be like just a down, like
No, but I think it's really important, like, I think that there's also, like, there's that side of it where you can almost, like, feel less of a person and, like,
yeah,
more of a product yourself, and you
yeah.
can lose yourself in that, but then
I
as
absolutely have like
yeah,
oh
but then
sorry.
there's the consumer side of it, like, and how damaging is that, you know? And I
Mm,
found particularly Instagram, like, it really pulls on, like, insecurities or comparison, and also, like, people, we all do it, like, most of the time we're posting, like, our best photos or
yeah.
our best days, or, like, something we've achieved, and
And then if you do
it gives
post
you a
something that's
warped sense
not,
of reality.
people get really tense and upset if you post something that's not that as well. I remember a couple of years back, even though this was one a person I think I used to work with or something. But I ended up posting a picture that showed me crying, like just a picture, and I was like, the post underneath was really nice. It was like, I find most of my days are like this, like where I'm in that low, I'm in the whatever, but I'm
Yeah.
still moving forward, something like that. I don't even remember. It was just like a positivity through the pain
And it's
sort of thing.
more honest as well, like
Yeah. And one of my coworkers, or ex-coworkers now because I don't work there, but they were like, I don't like seeing pictures when you cry, or I don't like seeing when you cry. And I'm like, too bad. Like, I don't care. Then don't follow my thing because people cry. I hate to say it,
yeah.
but they do. I
And
have
it's
my
good
bad
that
days.
you felt like that, because it's so easy to be so affected by what people say as well, even though they're not necessarily
Mhm.
people that really matter if they're not in your everyday life. And
Yeah.
um yeah, it just sort of really pulls on that aspect of the mental health, like anyone who sort of suffers in that area like we do. um I
Yeah.
think you can become super vulnerable in these kind of social media spaces, because you just can't help but compare yourself or put yourself down or
You
be
feel
hard on
alone.
yourself
You
and
feel
be
all
overwhelmed and
alone.
alone. Yeah.
Like, it makes us feel like, as people, that when we see other people doing well, that that's their 24/7, and
Yeah.
that, like, I've done it too. I'll follow people and I'll be like, wow, they look really cool. And then I'll be like, oh, they have like this outfit thing. I don't have that outfit thing.
Mm.
My closet is trash, and that means I'm trash. And it just
Yeah.
goes into a downward spiral from there. And again, social media, you know what's going to happen. You kind of have to, like, I guess you kind of have to watch your own mental health with that, because I've struggled with depression since I was a kid.
Hmm.
I think I've learned how to cope or know whenever it's being too much for me, especially online spaces, as far as Instagram goes, I guess. But, like, I think the worst part is when the social medias prey on that. Like, they know that you're insecure, so they're gonna prey on those things and try and
Hmm.
sell you something.
Yeah.
Oh, you like this kind of outfit and you don't have it? Here's a store that sells exactly what you need or want, you know?
Hmm.
And it's like, and I don't mind, if you want to buy something to make you feel better about yourself, by all means do it. But I think we all know what you and
Yeah,
I are
but
talking about.
that's not like
There's a
fulfilling
line.
in the long run. Like it's not helpful,
Yeah.
because you can buy something and it makes you feel good that hour, that day, that week, maybe
Mhm.
if you're lucky. But then that grows old and then you're back to that base level,
Yeah.
because you're not actually dealing with the underlying thing. And I think another
Getting that
thing that
temporary
social media,
serotonin, you know?
yeah, another thing that social media does, I notice, is it really like takes a lot of our focus away. So we're
Oh
not
yeah.
even like focused on our own lives or the people in our lives, and you don't even like. I feel like half the people, they don't even really know
Mhm.
how much time they're spending on it. They might think like, oh, I just pop on it, now and then throughout the day. Well, that adds up
Mhm.
to probably hours.
Oh
And like
yeah.
think of the amount of times like you've been with friends or family and you're like having a conversation and they're looking at their phone or just like
Mhm.
literally scrolling on social media instead
Yeah.
of just being present in the moment
And
with
then you
you.
also do the same thing to
Yeah,
avoid the awkward.
exactly, right? And you catch yourself doing that stuff and or
Yeah.
you don't, and, like, this is where we're, like, losing these like, the reality of life and these
Yeah.
connections, and we lose so much of our time. It's because these apps are built to be addictive. It's at no fault of the user,
Yep.
it's the fact that they're built to be so addictive. They're on this
I think
device
as
that's
well,
constantly on us.
if I know it was really big, I think a couple of years ago, but if you haven't seen The Social Dilemma, like, anybody who's watching this, it's a really interesting documentary showing the
I've
people that
watched it,
actually
yeah.
made these apps and social medias, like, talking about it. And I also want to preface, I don't think social media is bad. I love social media. I have fun. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoyed Instagram while I had it. But I think if you ever find a point where you're on these apps, on these social media, like, sites, whatever, and you find that you stop enjoying it like you used to, and you just feel yourself addicted in a way, like you're getting on it all the time and you're not getting anything from it, you should probably delete it or get rid of it. And
Mm.
it's scary or, like, nerve wracking. For me, when I was deleting my Instagram, I was particularly, like, nervous about my timeline of photos that I had. I have had this app since 2016, which was when I started my pagan journey. So it has all along the way of,
Yeah,
like,
like,
all
that's
the
gotta be
photos.
so hard to, like, delete
It
all that.
was. And it's so funny because I screenshotted all the photos. I'm like, I have the photos, but there's still this pool of, like, Instagram and I shared this journey. Like, it's almost like a friend that you developed and grew with over time. So it's hard to let something like that go when you know it's not doing you good anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I also wanted to preface that, like, if you feel like you're using any social media or apps and you're not noticing that and you're not having a bad time, you have fun on it, go for it by all means. But if you are witnessing and you're feeling an impact in a negative way, maybe something to think about, even if it's just limiting your time in those spaces.
Yeah.
I think
And that
it's
the impact can be like, it doesn't have to be in the same way. Like everyone is impacted differently. For me, it's anxiety, but like even it could be like this, like, oh, I'm just not getting like goals done or things done that I
Mhm.
want in my life, That's something for me as well. I find
Yeah.
um these addictive apps, and it's like not at fault of us, but it's like that instinct to go on it, and then you're losing time on it, and then you're not like actively working in real life towards your creative goals or whatever it is that you inspire to be doing, because you're busy watching other people doing it. And when it comes to YouTube, I see it as very different to oh, I think I've lost you.
I'm still here. Oh, she's gone.
Hello?
Oh,
I
am I here?
lost you for a moment.
I'm back. Apparently. We're having all of the fun internet struggles
Okay, I was
today.
just checking. It's silent. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're you're frozen.
Oh,
Okay. I think
I can
okay.
hear you just fine.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Am I frozen?
Oh my God. Hello?
Maybe it's me.
Hello? Okay, can you see?
Yes. Can you see me now? Am I seeable?
Okay, cool. I forgot what I was talking about.
Awesome. Okay. It was off of oh God, what was it? I
Yeah,
honestly don't remember either.
yeah, so
We
we
were
do
on
have
a
we
tangent.
have a comment that I want to address. It's from Leanne. So hi friends. I was picking up a magazine this morning and I was trying to find pictures of women I thought were beautiful, women that were not models or celebs.
Ooh,
Um,
I like that.
yeah, and I think it is hard. That's another thing with social media is like obviously there's all these apps and we're able to change our photos to look how we want. Obviously we're picking the best angles,
Hmm.
and this is going to like really make a lot of people think, just like you felt like with the clothes. A lot of people are going to think, well, I don't look like that,
Yeah.
and it's going to like trigger things where people just don't feel worthy, don't feel enough, which just leads to anxiety and depression. And this is obviously the biggest issue in our society right now. I was watching like a clip that got suggested on YouTube by from Elon Musk, and how he
Mm.
thinks like the biggest thing we should be worried about right now is social media and like intelligent AI. And he
Yeah.
says because the whole social media is going to be, it already is, and it's going to continue to cause major mental issues for people. Because also if you think about it, like as much as it brings us together on a real physical level, it brings people apart.
Mm. Absolutely. And I think like within that as well, it's just like it can be a great thing. Like I'm sitting here talking to you
I know this
from
is
across the
awesome.
world,
Yeah. And
but
that's like,
also like some of the friendships with closer people, like you feel that effect of it whenever, like you were saying, people are on their phones instead of enjoying the moment, or um taking pictures, even like because Instagram was is a big picture app. taking pictures, a majority of the time when I took them to share
Yeah.
the less mental images. And so I kind of want to do more, like, I took photos whenever I was with my friend yesterday. We went to the park. But I was like, it's so interesting because I'm just going to keep these photos for myself. Like, nobody's going to see them. I'm not
Yeah.
sending them to anybody. I just have them in my photo gallery. Like,
Yeah.
they're just
Which
here.
we used to do. Like, I'm old enough to be at the point
Mm.
before social media was a thing, and I used to take photos on those little like wind up
The digital one.
disposable,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
the
disposable
disposable.
ones that, you wind up and then you take them and you get them developed, and then like
Yeah.
you put them in the photo book. And I used to
Yeah.
sit, as a teenager and be filling up my photo book and flipping through my photo book. Oh, look at my 15th party or my 16th party. It's all in this kind of format.
Yeah.
And then I guess as I become 17, this is when, MySpace and the whole online thing started. And yeah, it's crazy, like, because you do just want to take those as your own memories, but you literally are so ingrained of like, oh, I'll take this and then I can share it. And so I want
Yeah.
it to be like a really good, instead of just like getting a photo for the memory.
I think it
It's
also comes into play with going back into the thought of getting that quick serotonin, or what is the phrase of it, like instant gratification of people liking
Mhm.
something that you're sharing. So be it like pictures of the park or selfies of yourself, or like I notice I've done it too before, where it's like, oh, I feel down about myself, let's take a
Yeah.
picture of this post, like an old, even if it's an old picture, like, oh, let's just post an old picture because I'm feeling down. And
Yeah, it's to get that validation
yeah,
as
I
well, like
think everybody
it's
does
addictive.
it, so it's like, it's not anything I think anybody should be surprised about if they do it or feel bad about. I don't think you should feel bad about yourself if you've done it. Literally everybody has, and everybody's
Everybody does
trying to
it.
find like that happiness. And there's also the thing about scrolling too, like finding myself scrolling for hours and hours on end and finding nothing. I do it on
Mhm.
YouTube sometimes too, because it's like, but I don't have as big of an issue with YouTube because I still find stuff. With Instagram, it was kind of hard to find anything through ads and stuff, so that was
Yeah.
not a healthy one. But I'll find myself doing that. Or TikTok is so bad. TikTok, I will lose hours too and don't know where they've went. So I
Yeah.
have to stay off of that unless I'm like, okay, we're just gonna go and sit because we know we have a chunk of time that we can let go missing. So let's set aside that time and do it. But
But
other
then
than
it's
that,
like,
I
how do
don't
you
get on it.
feel after that? That's the thing. It's like, even like
You don't get
I
anything from it usually.
no, you
Like,
feel I feel like emotions of like guilt, fatigue, um, like
definitely
lost.
tired.
Like, I almost feel lost of like I've gone down this like tunnel of of other people's worlds,
Yeah.
um, ungrounded.
I
And
usually feel overstimulated too. Like, I've seen so much, but I didn't gain anything from seeing all of that. Like,
yeah,
I get overwhelmed from it, I guess,
yeah.
and never adds to anything. But that, again, that's for me
But
personally.
that is the instant gratification that you was talking about, because
Mm.
you can go on these apps and scroll, or even to the point of going on a YouTube binge is still not healthy, but you can do this, and then you're instantly gratified because it's like pulling you in and it's like
Mhm.
entertaining in that exact moment, and you don't have to work for it or anything. And if you're
Yeah,
not enjoying it, you can just swipe up, right? um but say if like you want to complete a painting, right, this
yeah,
is going to be like hours of sketching, and then days of painting, and then at the end of that, like, you're going to feel that gratification, right? But it's not instant. You
absolutely.
had to work for that, but
Yeah,
it's so much more rewarding, right?
I agree with that because also within that time of painting, you're not comparing yourself to others, hopefully, while you're doing it. You're just painting.
Exactly. Yeah.
um, yeah, man, it's just like such a hard world that people are having to navigate today, and especially children today growing into it without, because when I was a kid, we kind of like grew up like with the technology. Like it came, I think middle school was whenever I really started noticing the effects of like where it was coming in. MySpace, like you said, was probably the first of that, and I think Facebook came soon after. Um, and I love all of that. Like I can think back about like the first selfie I ever took for Facebook and things like that, and just like, ew, so bad. I put it out on the internet, but um, it's kind of, I think, a bittersweet thing too, because I look back on it. I was talking to my boyfriend about this as well. It's like one of those memories you look back on that's like kind of almost embarrassing. I feel like that's what my Instagram was like. It's one of those things like, oh god, I spent how many years on there and got pretty much nothing out of it. Like if you think of like you spent time with, maybe you dated someone for a really long time and then you got like it just fumbled and fell, whatever, and you're like, well, that was embarrassing. Moving on. I kind of feel like that was also my Instagram, because it's like as much as I gained on it, I was laughing so hard because when I posted the announcement that I was leaving, people saw it, nobody said a thing, and I was just like, this literally just goes to show how much nobody gives a shit, and it's like, it hurts a little, but then you're also like, this is the last time ever again that I will ever deal with this on Instagram, because like obviously people are just like that. They're just scrolling, like going through. Nobody's taking a minute to actually like spend time with what they're reading or looking at, I
Yeah,
feel like.
no, definitely
You
not.
know?
And also you can feel like, oh, it's, like, oh, I've done something, like I've worked really hard on,
Mm.
and like for example, um like we will post something for our podcast or whatever, and we'll
Mm.
be like feeling like, okay, we put loads of energy into this, and then you can get such minimal like response like back for that
Yeah.
like video or clip or whatever it is that you created. And like that's where I feel like that there's that pressure on that side of media. But the truth is that people are just, oh okay, oh okay, oh
Mm.
okay, just swiping past. And like for you to post something as big as like, I'm gonna leave here, like you're not gonna be able to contact me here anymore, like you're
Yep.
following me here for a reason. Obviously I was talking to you in private about it,
Yeah.
but
So no big
like,
deal on our part, because I was like, I think out of everyone that I have on here, I have contact with most people except for you. So I was like, I need, just take my information and follow me. Follow me through my text. Thank you.
and I appreciate that so much,
I
but
do
it's
too,
like
because I was
you're
like, what if she's also like, no? And I'm like, well, all right then. I'll
as
just try to
as
myself.
if
I never know, because some people will think like I'm cool with them, and then they're like, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But I'm so happy. You have no idea. I was like,
yeah, same.
actual
And like,
legitimate friendship. Great. Love
yeah,
those.
exactly. And that's like a great thing about social media, is like you can make connections like I have with you. Even
Yeah.
my partner I met through Instagram. Like there's definitely no, like through a mutual friend really, but
Mm.
that was the platform we connected on. Just like with me and you, we met on YouTube, but we actually
Right.
became friends sort of on Instagram, right? So like
Yeah.
it definitely like has these benefits and it serves its purpose. But it's like, what is, like, it's kind of like the justice card, right? Like
Yeah.
what is the balance here? Like what is outweighing what? Like have I sort of got to a point where I'm in my life satisfied and want to put more focus on me on a physical level, or do I want to
Mhm.
pour more energy into this virtual space, right?
Yeah,
And
and I
there's
think
so
it's
many
hard to
different
find
virtual
that
spaces that we can do that.
for sure. I think it's always so hard to find that balance too, but I think I'm a pretty like level-headed energy for the most part. It's why I still have TikTok because even though I know that when I get on it, it's going to be a long time, I don't let myself get on it often. And YouTube,
Unless,
I
yeah.
spend every second of my day on YouTube. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I put it in the background while I'm doing stuff. I listen, like if I'm gonna clean my house or something. I'm like, I need inspiration. Somebody clean their stuff so I can look at how much worse your room is, so then I don't feel bad about mine and I can
Oh
clean
yeah,
mine too.
yeah.
Like I will just listen to it
That's
all
why
day.
I do think YouTube is different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
because
truly
YouTube
is.
is one of those things where, like, for example, people could be listening to us now, but it's like just in the background while they're painting, while they're
Mhm.
cleaning, while they're whatever, like they're driving. They don't have to be watching it. And
Exactly.
I feel like it's more energy expanding YouTube because it opens our minds to new things. Um, but
I
like
think you can
especially
also
with
see
like the
people's flaws.
algorithm,
Like you also see their
huh?
flaws more, and not in a bad way,
Yeah,
but like you can see that they're
because there's
human.
not a filter.
Exactly, yeah. So
Yeah,
for me, I mean, for sure there are people that will craft their image of who they are, but I can easily find and navigate my way through to the people that aren't. So that's why I'm still like on and loving YouTube all day, every
yeah,
day. Like, I don't know. I just wish that some of the other apps could definitely be there
yeah,
again like
and
that.
same. I
Again, I said I loved Instagram, but it's not the same Instagram that I had anymore. So I don't know. I'm more happy I think to be rid of it now because I
yeah,
don't have to deal with that.
yeah, and there's so many people like after like you like let me know you were leaving Instagram, and
Mm,
then I knew like another girl I really respect here on YouTube called Adventures Across. She's
mm,
quit social media and she, I think, just has like a personal Facebook, but she has her blog where she can post her like her own blog posts if she wants. If people want to follow, they can. And how much happier she's been. She did a whole video on it, so like how much happier she's been since she quit social media. And yeah, like maybe in a few weeks or a month, like you will be able to reflect on that, and it'd be good for
yeah.
you to sort of make a video about that and share that with people. It's like,
Yeah,
and I've
I
been feeling
definitely
so
thought about it, but
inspired.
I was like, I don't know like how long is like a good amount of time to wait after that, or like because like when you first do it you have all your feelings and everything, but
Hmm.
like I feel like the better information or more helpful stuff comes a little bit further down the line, so I'm like maybe I'll wait a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, wait a little bit, because then you're going to have a like wider perspective on the whole experience.
I think
I would say a
so.
couple of weeks to a month, and you're sort of,
Yeah.
and then like if you're in the same place in a year, you can do another recap on it. I think it's such an important subject. Like, well, like I said, I saw that Elon Musk video going sort of viral, and
Yeah.
he was talking about like social media, and especially Instagram, like not being good for people's mental health and for society in general. And he owns a social media platform, so for somebody who owns it to be even saying that, you know
Yeah. And I
it's
think it's
interesting.
especially interesting when someone um who runs a business or who runs anything that's like a I don't know whether it's like a YouTube, whatever, like something that's big to you online. If you start deleting your social media, it's kind of like, oh, okay, something's going on because those can also be really good
Yeah,
word to spread about whatever thing you're doing. So I pay attention to stuff like that if I see anyone just deleting their social media.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too, kind of. Like,
Yeah.
mine's not even that big. Thank goodness. I don't know if I could.
It'd
Maybe
be
future
harder.
Rebecca will be good to handle stuff like that, but thank God I'm still small. Like, I can truly, like, I can handle my comment section. How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Some people can't even get through theirs. Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I think it's like how things make you feel, and it's being honest and listening to how Instagram as a platform wasn't working for you, and YouTube is a whole different experience for you.
Yeah. I think I'm also getting like more time to spend on YouTube now than I had because I was on Instagram more
Mhm.
often. But like I'm finding more joy in it too now because I think for a while it was starting to be a negative place because I was trying to follow too many on people on my YouTube, like, or subscribe to them based on obligation rather than what do I actually want to watch. So I cleared out all of that and just started following all of the things that I'm getting interested in now.
On
Things that
YouTube.
I used, yeah, and starting to find people that I used to watch that I watch again, like Markiplier for one. Love watching Markiplier so much. That was also a part of my childhood in a sense. So it's like I started watching like rug cleaning videos, like people just cleaning rugs and then people cutting
Mhm.
grass. I don't know why, but it's just nice to watch somebody do a job well done and then see the like before and after of it because that's satisfying to me apparently. I don't know how I got on this part of it, but like yeah, YouTube I don't think I will delete for a long while. Like I don't plan on it, but I always like to keep the open of you never know what's gonna happen. Like in the next couple of years, I didn't think I would be deleting my Instagram. Um, but you know, here we are. Oh, I don't know if you're still in or not, but I guess while Leanne is outie and abouty, I'm gonna look through these. Let's see. I can't see any use for Instagram. I go on there, I add whoever added me, I check for messages. Mostly it's just people offering me spells or readings. Yeah, I exactly that. The offering of all of that. Um, ooh, how do I get out of this without? There we go. I think a lot of those are usually scammers as well, or like the fake profiles. Those are so stressful. And I've gotten follows as well from people who I thought were the legitimate person, and then it's just a fake profile. That was frustrating me majorly. It's too bad you can't turn off the likes on photos. People are going to embed like buttons on their forearms and foreheads. Your mom likes the lawn mowing stuff. I cannot express why I like it so much. It's just interesting to me. But the guy I watch, he does like everything for free. I guess people support him online or send him donations, and he will just go to people who can't mow their lawns. So like elderly, people who are sick, people who just haven't gotten around to it, and he'll just be like, "Hey, can I record while I cut your lawn for free?" And then that's his whole channel. I don't know. It's so interesting. Welcome back. I can see you.
Hello. I was just watching you on my phone. That was so funny. I
Okay,
don't
I went to
know. Like, I'm sorry, guys, about the. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll be okay for a bit. But my internet is just so rubbish here, and
no,
I
it's
can't do
okay.
anything. I live in the middle of nowhere. But so,
I
was you answering some comments?
I was looking through. I have popcorn hands. I wish I had popcorn hands. Not today. Not right now. Maybe later. That's funny because my friend and I were talking about those popcorn bags. I don't know if they do them over there, but like they do them as cells through school, almost like Girl Scouts, but it's just the popcorn bags, and they have like vanilla, caramel, chocolate, I think, and then they have like a I don't know if it's a birthday cake or something, but it's like a bunch of different rainbow color popcorn. Did you have those
Ooh,
like in school?
no.
Oh
No, not
well,
in school. Oh, actually, like they were little rice puffs. We had like these rainbow rice puffs.
rice
They weren't
puffs. Is that like
popcorn.
a fundraiser thing? Like, or do they do fundraiser events for the kids in
Oh no,
school?
no, they were just like sweets from the sweet shop kind of
Oh,
thing. No, we don't. We never have like that whole Girl Scout thing.
but I guess because
I
I
think
wasn't
that's so
in Girl
cool
Scouts.
and
It's just
cute.
in school. It was like they do these fundraisers, and everybody who I think probably I don't know if it's just in Texas. I assume in the United States in general, but basically it's another selling cell thing for these schools to get money or just third party people. I don't know who it is, but they will give these kids like a packet of things. So whether it be popcorns or they'll give you boxes for candy or something, and you're fundraising, saving money for whatever the school is trying to save money for. Or if it's third party, I guess they're paying the school money to like let them sell there. But they send the kids to do all their work. So you bring home like let's say it's a box of chocolates, like of candy bars or something. You go home and
Yeah.
you tell all your family, all their work friends, everybody, you have to try and sell as many as you can. And then they're like, you have the chance to win like these a yo-yo or and you have to sell 100 chocolate bars to get this yo-yo or something like that. And so like it's just this competition of who can
Like a
sell the most.
raffle.
It's not even a raffle. It's like they give you a set amount. They're like, I guess some of them probably do raffles, but they'll just be like, if you sell 100 chocolate bars, then you'll get this $3 yo-yo. Like, and then 100
Oh my
chocolate
God,
bars would be
that's
like $1 per chocolate bar or something like that. So,
oh my God, that's like
but anyways, they did
preparing
that
you
with
for
the popcorn
capitalism.
too. They do. They start you early,
Yeah.
and then you get to keep zero profit. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And then I never
Getting
had
you
any
ready
family
for
members who
working.
wanted to buy it, so I never ended up getting any prizes. Very
Oh
sad
my God.
child. Such a scam though.
Oh,
They start you off so yeah. I wish my
yeah.
parents would have just been like, good job, fella. You sold like 2 chocolate bars here. Let's go get you a little toy or something so you don't feel left out.
I know, it's, like, already sort of setting you up again to be, like, in that competitive mind, that, like,
Yeah,
work mindset, little worker bees that
they
we
said
were born to
capitalism.
be, apparently.
Let's go. But like, I'm so surprised that y'all
Uh,
don't have those over there. Or like, you didn't have to do that.
we have, like, we have cake sales, um, like, to raise money for the school, like, they do, like, school fairs and,
Hmm.
like, there'll be, like, you bake cakes for that, like, very rarely,
Oh.
not that often, and then on harvest day, like, the official harvest day, you'd have to bring in, any kind of canned foods or, like,
Mhm.
long life food and make, like, a hamper, and that would be given to, like, the food banks, like, people who need food, you know?
That's nice.
But
Not
that's
America.
more like charity.
Yeah, no, because like we didn't have anything like that. Ours was purely to sell to make money off of our parents and their
Yeah,
friends.
it's so, like, effed up. Like,
They used to
I would
send us
never
home with
have
catalogs
to.
too, like a magazine, and then it would be like these magazines full of either it's fudge, sometimes they would have um like cookie dough, cookies, things like that. And what they would do is like they'd sell you these huge ass like tubs of cookie dough. You'd order it. You'd have to order it and like send your money with it, and then it would be like 6 months or something before you actually got that back. So you wouldn't see that order that you like had just. It
Oh
doesn't
my
come in
God.
immediately. It takes forever. Like
Oh my God.
schools in America, dude, they suck.
It's making me hungry though.
I felt that I could go for cookie dough.
Was it even good? I bet the food didn't even taste good.
I think the cookie dough was probably okay. I don't know. My parents didn't really order any of that stuff because they would complain about it. I get it now, but as a kid, I was just like, I wanted cookie dough, like whatever, or I wanted whatever
Yeah.
thing. They and my parents didn't compensate for it either. They didn't be like, look, we can
You
just
know
go
what I
down to the
did do a
store.
lot?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I think it cut off again.
No, I delayed anyway.
Oh,
But they'd go down to the store and what?
oh, I wish my parents would have compensated though and say like we could just go to the store and get some. But my parents were like, no, like nothing. We're not buying it from the magazine, and we're not buying you any from the store. That was me. Sad baby child. No cookie dough. But
Oh,
it's okay. Now we have adult money.
did
And we
you
do.
ever like did you ever do like lemonade sales or like wash your neighbor's car for money? That was sort of what I would do as a kid a lot.
Maybe I don't think I did washing cars, but I was in something called 4-H, and I had to run concession stand for that. That's about the closest. We decorated
Oh
a
yeah,
Christmas
the
tree
tuck shop.
in a Dillard's. But my parents took me out of that pretty quickly because it required money, and my parents were very frugal. They weren't like super frugal, but like to the extent that they just didn't want to
Yeah.
spend extra money on us because they were complaining about like bills or whatever.
Well,
But then
yeah,
they
if they
would
didn't
like,
have the money.
oh, I mean, like they didn't and they did though, because like those same weekends they would just go to the bar. So I'm like, you just didn't want to spend money on your kids, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that I wish I could make
We've
that
got
sound better
some
because I'm
comments
not
if you want
trying.
to.
Oh yeah, let's go into that.
Uh, hey Maria, hey hey Mage, Leanne. I didn't realize that I'm so delayed because I'll like say something and then you'll
I know
respond
the
like
delay is very
a
big.
minute later. I might have to move. I might have to try and move closer to the Wi-Fi. Um, if you just like read the comments for us, I'm listening, but I'm also
All
going to
right,
try and sort out my Wi-Fi connection.
all right. I'm gonna read through the comments. Let's see where we're at. Um. Okay, so I last read the popcorn
Yeah?
hens.
Okay, cool.
So Maria says flower heart, flower, cute little bird, and I could not agree more. Leanne says hi to Maria. Hello, Maria, also. This is a fantastic discussion. If I did make anything out of my TikTok Insta, I'm thinking I would make messages like, you're way more than the number of likes you got today. I've seen a couple that are like that, and I think those are really nice. Or they're like, I guess, the positive mindset sort of post. Some people do them, they'll like either they'll draw it or like do it in an artsy way. And I followed some of those. So I think if you're gonna like do that just to like bring positivity to people's day, absolutely. I love that. Sorry, I have to press the button to go into these, so Mage says hello ladies, big hugs. Hey, good to have you back in. Um Carson Nunez has a edible cookie dough recipe. I've seen some of, well, like not from Kirsten, but I've seen they have some in like the grocery store, my local one. So those are pretty good. I've had some of them. I couldn't tell you like what brand off of the top of my head. Mage says, I did glass collecting in the local working men's club and got promoted to bar work at 16. The joy of shady working practice in the 70s. Local men's club. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. We love a good shady practice at 13 or 13 16 words. Oh, the sunlight is reflecting through the window. Can you see that? It's a very nice setting. We lost Leanne, but it's okay. Helki, rather. That's her first name also. So not to be confused with Leanne in comments. I think you get what I mean though. But since it is just you and me in the comments, how is everybody doing today? It is Wednesday, I think, right? Midway through the week. So how's everybody's week going? And also, on top of that, since I didn't mean to make the full thing on social media talk, but do you also find yourselves having that same kind of feelings with social media? Are you guys like either frustrated to the point where it's hard to be on it sometimes? Do you find yourself addicted at all? Do you think any of your social medias are like a problem or you lose a lot of time throughout the day? Or do you like not have any problems with it at all and you're just like, yeah, I can just go on and do whatever? Yeah, it is her name too. How did we meet online? I believe it was through YouTube. I struggle to remember, like, I don't remember if she did. I was gonna say it might have been through the witchy tag that I did, but I'm not sure. Oh, hey girl, welcome back.
Hey.
I was also gonna say I'm not sure. Do you remember like what video did I find one of your videos or did you find one of mine?
Oh,
Like how did we meet?
I probably found you first, I feel like, because I think you joined before me YouTube. Not long, I don't think, but
I think I started.
I did your tag.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure because like I know I met a lot of people through that, but I couldn't remember
Yeah,
if it
that
was
was like
that
2
or
to
not.
3 years ago. How nuts.
Yeah. Somebody was asking. I was like, I don't recall, to be honest. Like I'm not sure which video along the lines it was, but that was a while ago. Like
Yeah,
that's
it was
fine.
almost 3 years ago because it was really close to the beginning of my channel, which is almost 3 years, I'm pretty sure.
I love that. Like and then mine, I think I started my channel I think 2017 maybe? It might have been 2016. I can't remember.
Yeah, mine was 18 or 19. Like I can't remember. It just feels like so long ago.
I know. I'm pretty sure mine was 2017 because what is it? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, so I'm about to hit my 5-year mark on YouTube. So it was 2017. It'll be November of this year that I hit my 5-year mark. So,
Yeah, I think I might
woo.
have just hit my 3-year mark. I stopped sort of. I remember my first year, I was like 1 year anniversary on YouTube,
Yeah,
like
same
did
way,
a
same way.
video. And
I
then
only
like,
remember because you can look at it, I think, if you go to your profile or like your main, I guess it's profile or like your about me setting thing, whatever. I think you know what I'm talking about. You can look at it
yeah.
there and it'll show your like the date that you started.
Yeah, but then it's like when it was your first published video, that's what I count it from. because I had a
Ooh.
channel before then,
It was probably
just
a
to
couple of
watch.
days after, I think. Because I know I created it. Maybe it would have been a month after. I don't know. I don't think too long after. Because
Yeah.
when I made the channel, I deliberately made it to make my channel, like to actually start it. Um, Maybe a couple days to a couple of weeks. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up and get back to you on that one. Oh,
Yeah, I like started my channel for like a whole different reason to begin with. And then I sort
ooh.
of yeah,
Are
it
you
was
okay with
like
sharing that or?
yeah, like I only probably did like 2 or 3 videos which are obviously private now.
Yeah.
And that was, and I was still Helky Rain, and because
Mm.
that name was sent to me by Spirit. So I just got that come in from Spirit, like this is the name, for you to use, which
Mm.
after you should tell me how you got your channel name.
Oh
If it was
yeah.
sort of like spiritual, because
I think kind
like
of the
Helky
same.
Rain is a spiritual name for me. It's like came through Spirit. Even before I planned on using this, it was just like, this is the online name you need to use. And it was like, weirdly, even though I wasn't spiritual, I used to do music. I was a songwriter for like 10 years before. And
Mm.
I had a songwrite, like a stage name. And that was, again, like that was a different name. And because I knew, okay, like I'm a creative person. I always know I'm going to be creating something.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I want to, um, I loved YouTube. I want to express on YouTube. And that was like the name that came through, Helky Rain. And it was like just, it always felt right. I didn't even want to change it when I decided to do tarot content.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I think
but
that's
yeah, like when I
amazing within
started my
that.
channel, it was kind of like food related and weight gain related, because I was at a point in my life where like my anxiety had like led to like severe weight loss. um it was like, and it wasn't like your typical ED. It was like
Mhm.
mental health related. But I was really like super super underweight, like, and I really wanted to gain weight, because being underweight didn't make me feel any better. It was like I just couldn't eat. So it was to keep me accountable
That's
for
really
eating.
cool. Though I like that
Yeah.
idea that you like showed your journey through that to share with others who might also be struggling through that. That's like even within that, and then here you are now. Like, did you think you would be doing tarot content on there? As
No, like, but I was so inspired when I basically sort of fell in love with tarot. It came to me through, like, I don't know if, did I ever tell you the story of how like tarot came to me? I don't
no, I
know.
don't think so.
So I was going through this really hard time. I had been in like a super toxic relationship as well. And
Mm.
this went on for years, like my weight issue. So it wasn't just that, it was like a mental health, like a mental issue. But so I just got out of this like toxic situation, and I went to a psychic, and it was only meant to be like a 40-minute reading, and it ended up being this 3-hour reading, and it was in
Oh wow.
person. So I went round to her house.
Right.
Yeah, I went to her house, and I didn't know anything about the cards apart from the fact that my friend had given me like this angel deck. I don't have it on me right now. um it was just like this angel oracle card deck, and I like that, but whatever. I went to this reading, and she was like, just told me so much stuff about myself, like had this past life. I had a few past lives as a witch, and there was this one past life really strong coming through, and
Mm.
where I was a healer. um and I use like herbs and stuff. And she was saying like I has a really old earth soul, and I always felt that, like I felt like
Connected
I've
with it.
been here so many times. And the other thing, like at the end, she was like, "Oh, I would love you, like if you could come back and give me a reading." And I'm like, but I've never like read tarot cards. I don't even have a
Mm.
tarot deck. Like I don't know how can I give you a reading? And she was like, "Oh, trust me, you can give me a reading." And yeah,
She's
like
like,
after,
here, do it
yeah,
now.
it's, and then 3 years later I went back to her and had another reading with her. And I sort of, by that time I was probably like a year into working with the
Right.
cards. I didn't do it instantly after that. I was just like, what is she talking about? Like a lot
Just
of what
thought it
she
was
said,
interesting, at least. Like,
yeah, a lot of what she said resonated a lot. She had like a lot of helpful stuff to say about my life and stuff. But I ended up like taking that path, and I completely fell in love with the tarot. It felt like a knowledge that my soul knew and understood
yeah,
already. And then I went back 2 or 3 years later to her, and I'd just started my channel, and I'd been reading the cards for a year or two, and I wasn't super confident at giving other
mm,
people readings. And yeah, I gave her a reading, and it was freakishly spot on. And
that's so cool.
like it
I
was
love
more
when
like to
that
do with her
happens too.
personal life in a current situation that was going on, and that was like really clarifying for me. And then it just showed how all those years ago when she said, "Oh, you will be giving me a
Yeah.
reading," was like true. And yeah, so
My
that
journey
was sort
with
of my,
tarot is like kind of, well, it's nothing like that, but the only thing that's similar is like a friend gave me cards, and that's kind of how I like knew about them. But I was terrified. Live in a Christian family, so you know
oh
kind of how that
yeah,
goes.
yeah, because
But my best
Christians are
friend,
terrified of the cards.
yeah, I think I'd like to think that's why. It's not the only reason. That's why a lot of the family stuff with me though kind of jump started was after I started like practicing and learning. My family just kind of like dropped me numerous times, which is like whatever, I guess. Choose your Christianity, have
Oh,
fun.
sucks.
Eh, yeah, I mean, like I wish I could add more to that to make it sound good, but it is what it is, sort of thing. And I do think what's funny though is like as far as the cards go, so my best friend, she has a lot of family in England, and I think either her
Oh.
godparents or somebody had gotten her these tarot cards. I don't even remember which deck it was. I couldn't tell you. But she gave me this deck, and it was missing cards, so I think that's why she gave it to me. And I think she said she had another one. Also, Chelsea, I'm so sorry if you watched this at any point and you're just like, that's where those fucking cards went. I got terrified because Christian child, I threw them away because I was like, oh God, demons are gonna come for me or
No.
something, that whole thing. So I wish I still had them because like I
No.
really want to know what deck it was now. Like if it was, or maybe it was just like, I don't know. I know that they were red and black, which is her favorite colors. So that's like a
Or
double
you should
whammy
so
of
like
her.
try and find that out, like find out what they are, and
Yeah.
you should try and get that
I just
deck
don't
because
know. I don't know if they're UK only, like if I can only find them over there. So I would have to do some extensive digging to see if I could
yeah,
find
like
them.
red and black tarot cards,
Yeah.
and then
I
they
kind
should
of remember what
you
the
should
backing looks
recognize
like.
them.
Maybe I'll ask her if she remembers like any details about them and see if we can find them again. Maybe I'll get them as like a present for both of us, and it'll have all the full cards in there instead of missing cards. But so I had those, threw those away, and then I think as far as like I don't know, I think I got my other ones whenever I first started practicing, but they were Oracle because I didn't want to start with tarot because, like I said, I was terrified.
Mm.
That was, oh, I do have them up here. Hold on. Belly shot, sorry. Past life,
I got that
Oracle.
deck, but
This was
I've
my
got like
first
a
one.
mini version.
First one that I had.
Cool.
And I was terrified of those too. Because whenever I started working with them, I can remember the day. Like I was just sitting out on the porch, like away from my family because I was trying to hide that I had them. And I was like just shuffling them and just trying to pull some cards to like I don't know if I was doing maybe like a daily card pull or something. I don't remember. But I got terrified, so I stopped halfway through, which is
Oh
so funny
no.
now because like pulling cards is something I do
What
every
card
other
did
day
you
now.
get? Like, was it like for your past life? Because I've got that deck.
Hmm,
Do you remember?
don't
Is it
remember.
what card freaked you out?
Maybe I'll look at them and see if anything.
It's
I
like
might have just been
past
just
life
holding
on
something.
Atlantis. Oh.
I can tell you one that if I had gotten Atlantis, I would have been like, hell yeah. Maybe like I probably got because you know how they have a couple of biblical cards in here. I
Oh
might have
yeah.
gotten a couple of those and just been, but like also I was struggling with my faith at that time, so no shit, those popped out. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know if I was still Christian or not, and Christian's a very like strained like word for that. I was more agnostic than I was Christian, but
Yeah.
because you're like you grow up in where is it? Hold on, let me just. Ooh, these are going everywhere. Don't fall, please. I don't want to clean up a bunch of cards. Um, you're just terrified of everything because you're like, well, this means I'm going to hell, or like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a shame that
There we
that's
go.
like how they twisted like the words of Jesus, the inspiring words of Jesus that
So
were
I assume probably I got this one,
okay.
and probably I almost can guarantee I think I got this one, which made me confused because I was like, trust
Have
and faith
trust,
as
have
in I'm
faith
going the wrong way, or trust and faith as in like
in the
trust
cards.
yourself and keep going.
Yeah.
Like have faith in where you're going. I don't know. So I probably was like, oh no, 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 no. And then just but yeah, exactly that. It's just like they lead you into thinking you're just gonna, I don't know, hail Satan or something, which like Satan, even as a kid, I had kind of a connection to, as bad as that sounds. But I was a Halloween
Was you not
baby,
scared as a
you know,
Christian kid?
not of Satan. Like
Really?
I always thought, okay, so logic going here. I'm a Halloween baby for my birthday. So all growing up,
I
I
love that.
was bullied for that by other Christian kids. Went to a Catholic school, it's how it goes.
Devil child.
Yeah, literally I had kids like telling me I was the devil's daughter and I can't get into heaven because of that. Like just
Oh my
because of my
god.
birthday. But you know, like now I look back at that, I'm like, good riddance.
Yeah.
See you
Poor
later.
little
But as a
Rebecca.
child, I was just like, well, here I am. And, you know, like, I don't
It's
really
so
know what to do
fucked
with
up.
that. And hearing the story of Lucifer, like, asking, it's so funny because I make a lot of reference to this, what I'm about to talk about in my Poem for Scapegoat video, which also connects back with my parents, but whatever. Um, so the story of Lucifer who like goes up to God and is like, I want to be God too. I want to create things. I want to make cool things for people. And God casts him out and says, here, have hell, idiot. And then that's pretty much that. And then Lucifer becomes Satan. Hearing that story as a kid, I always was like, I felt bad for Satan. I was just like, damn, dog.
Yeah.
Like, he's cast out. I'm cast out because people hate me just
Yeah,
because
I
of
can
you. I'm not
see.
even scared of you. Like, we're hanging out, we're vibing.
Yeah.
Um, and that didn't take me on this whole like rampage ready to like cause trouble or kill anybody. Surprisingly, wow, like someone who connects with Satan isn't an evil person. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Um, and I think as I grew older, I started to realize Satan was used as just a way to blame things that people are scared, don't understand, or they hate. Like,
Yeah.
Satan's a scapegoat in the sense too, which is why
Yeah.
I connected that back with my scapegoat video, like talking about the hardships of growing up in that kind of, it's like that video. Again, that video will probably never make it like as good as some of my other videos do, but it is so fucking good. Like I look back at it now and I'm like, every inch of that poem that I wrote was just so me and like so
Yeah.
connected to some of my just pain, but like it's turned into something people can appreciate, I think, or like connect with. As sad as that
Yeah.
is, because I don't want anybody to connect with my my bullshit of a story, but
No,
it's such
like
a good
it's so
video.
important, that stuff.
It
I
really
think
is.
like yeah, a lot of our like creative energy, when it's like coming from that raw place, and like what you said, interesting how you said, oh, it's probably like not a lot of people going to watch that, because it is,
Mhm.
that's the social media thing again, how you
Yeah,
can get really pulled into the algorithm of like, what people like, okay, sometimes I want to create stuff that is more popular and more
yeah.
people like, but majority of the time, like I like to dive into like the depths of my soul and create from there, which
I
isn't for
think that's why I
everyone.
want to make a
Or
playlist of like, I was thinking about this, making a playlist of all my favorite videos, because YouTube has the ones that are like, these are your most popular videos.
yeah,
I'm gonna put on my front page and just do, these are my suggested, if you're new here, come watch these. Like
yeah,
watch these now. And just
yeah,
put all of my favorite videos there. I think that'll be so fun. And
yeah.
just to share it.
You should, and I would like to see that playlist, and I might do the same thing,
It's in
because
creation.
like sometimes you do want to create like the stuff that, like for example, like if you do a tarot deck walkthrough, or this
Mm.
is my tarot deck collection, like that's gonna do better than your,
Yeah,
if you do a vlog, which is like
exactly.
or like a more heartfelt like poetry style voiceover, or whatever you want to call it, like where, for example, like that one about pain that I did, it's similar
Mm.
to your Lucifer one, because like I sat down with my deck and I felt that and I wrote
Dude, I
that.
felt every inch of that video. When you posted it, I was like,
Thank
this is a
you.
message from the beyond to me,
Yeah,
straight off of the like, and then also seeing that you are feeling the similar kind of vibes and energy. I was just like, we are we are on the same
yeah,
like energy right now. And it, like, videos like that alone mean more in the world than the more popular ones, I think.
yeah, yeah.
But not to say I would
It
ever
means a
stop
lot,
doing the
like,
popular
because
ones for me.
yeah,
Because like the fairy videos that I think my most popular one is the fairies caught on camera,
yeah, I noticed
and I like
that,
those, but
but
I
it
don't want to
wasn't
do those all
very
the time.
clickable. Yeah, like I remember I was like, oh, I don't want to watch that. Fairies caught on
Yeah.
camera. Yeah, it was very clickable.
The thing is, those videos too are so easy to make because literally when I'm filming it, I am literally filming. Okay, here's me describing the video, and here's my reaction to the video, and that's all I'm filming. And so that takes maybe 5 minutes because I just write down. I'll be like, "This is the video you're gonna show. Um, here's me describing it, and here's how I feel about it." Like I write it down, and then I just read that, and I'm like, "Okay, this is what I say," and that's it. So filming wise, very easy to create.
Yeah,
Um, I think editing's pretty easy too because it's literally just slapping those together.
yeah. And it's
But
it's like the thing is it is fun. It's I don't not enjoy the videos. I'm not ever putting out videos that I hate making. I'm not
same.
at that point. But there is ones that really like speak in a creative sense, like from
Mhm.
your soul, or there's the ones that you do that you enjoy. You
Yeah,
still like that, for example, it's like you still enjoy making it, but it's like more of like having fun with the art rather than really expressing. yourself. It's even like I really love making vlogs because I love being able to look back on my life
I
as
miss
well.
making them, dude. I think I'm
I
gonna
want
make
you to make more
some.
vlogs. I loved your vlogs.
I need
I'm
to.
I'm a vlog watcher.
I do
Most of the
too.
yeah, most of the videos I watch are vlogs, and it can be like people sharing like what they think is their most mundane days are like my favorite kind of vlogs. Like you
Literally,
don't
I would
need
just record in my room because that's the only place that I'm in
yeah,
most
but
of the
like I
time.
love that stuff. I love hearing people process their thoughts.
Yeah,
You know, I you feel like you're sitting down with a friend, they're hanging out, you
I
know,
have
and
to
it
again.
yeah, like honestly, I wish you would because I used to love your vlogs, and I was thinking that you haven't done a vlog in ages.
It's literally just because of that, because we have other people living here, so I don't want to
Oh, really?
I don't want to bother anybody by just being like, here's my
You got
camera.
roommates now?
Yeah, so we had them before. It's my boyfriend's family. So they actually lived here before, but then they moved to Colorado. And whenever
Oh,
all the
nice.
COVID stuff kind of happened, everybody kind of got screwed in their situations. So they moved back here now. And they've been here for a year, maybe over a year, I think, something like that. So it's just due to that. Like, I haven't been able to really get out and do everything. But I think like if I have a day, maybe I'll do it like if I go out to, because we have a cute little flea market on a day that's not blistering hot. Maybe I'll go and record some of that or like go to the park or something. I don't know. I think that also helps on the fact that I deleted my Instagram because now I can focus fully on creating on YouTube and making whatever that I want to make.
Yeah,
Whatever. And I
I
enjoy
know.
making my vlogs, so we have to
Yeah,
start it
like,
again.
and it is literally just sitting down, sharing your thoughts. Like, I don't even feel like we have to necessarily show what we're doing. It's cool if we can, if it's something different or whatever. But like most of the vlogs that I like, it's because I like the person and I like
Yeah,
their like being with them through their day or hearing what they're processing in their mind and like feeling connected to someone in that way where it doesn't always have to be like they're sharing a particular experience like in a sit down video or they're teaching me something
mhm.
um you know
Just
because
sharing their days, like it's more like sitting down with a friend and seeing what they're up to,
yeah
I think.
I
I like
really love
videos like
that.
that.
It's like a peek into like another reality as well, like um, but not necessarily like the Kardashians, for example, you know,
Yeah,
like some big like out there manicured reality, which isn't really a
yeah.
reality. Like it's dramatized
Mine
or
is definitely not Kardashian
no.
lifestyle.
But that's what I love YouTube for is I really love that side of it and
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be trying to make more vlogs. It's obviously a longer format of video like right now I'm
yeah.
editing a vlog. It's like a week in one
Yeah,
vlog.
editing you already know you're gonna take a while to
Yeah.
like go through that. But I think that like that's the right idea is just recording for like a week or so and
Yeah.
then just throwing together what you have.
And
I
it's
have a
better to have
couple of
long
clips.
videos. I like long videos. You know, say if I'm sketching or something eating or like whatever it is while I'm watching a video, I don't want it to be like 5 minutes long. I want like a long video so that
Yeah.
I'm like enjoying the whole video. So like don't be scared to like do long videos because a lot of us out here do like long videos.
Yeah.
We should do the comments.
Oh yeah, they're kind of piling up now. I forget to look at them.
um
So I got to the point of how did you two meet? That's where I left off.
Cool. And you answered it right. We met through the
Yes,
tag on
we
YouTube.
did get that one.
Um I don't know what WB means, Leanne. Yeah.
There might have been a reference connecting there
Because this
that
is
we
where we
talked about
don't keep up
earlier.
with the comments and then we
I know.
completely forget what we were saying.
I don't
Like,
remember.
hopefully down the line we'll get better at this. Like, I'm terrible. It's because I see them come up, but I'm in the middle of a thought, like talking, or you're
Yeah.
talking, and I want to respond. So then it's not that we don't
I get you.
love and appreciate the comments. May said I
We're
only do
doing
YouTube and 5 Discord channels, no Facebook or others, no TV either. And then Leanne responded, no TV, nice. So I also don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV or watched like general like TV
Yeah.
since 2011.
Yeah. It's been a while for me because I do like the apps like Netflix,
Well,
Hulu,
I don't think that's
whatever.
the same as TV, because TV is like programming that you don't
Yeah.
have a choice. You watch what's on. You've got limited channels. You got
Mhm.
things like the news. The news feed is like really, I think, like
Yeah.
it's
Overwhelming.
satanic. If anything, satanic. It's the news
Yeah.
like trying to fear monger you, like so that you're scared to even leave your fucking house.
Even when I didn't watch TV, never watched the news. Just not that big of a news
Yeah,
person.
like no, me neither, but it's all over the TV.
You're
Like
right.
it's like
Yeah.
they come in every hour, like news update.
Right.
Everyone's dying from this. A murderer went out and did that, and
Yeah.
the stocks are plummeting. Like all this, it's just fear mongering. Like they're
Yeah.
never reporting on good things, because there's equal amount of good and bad, and we're just like,
Well,
if
to
we
be fair, the bad news makes more headlines than good news does.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, like,
that's why.
why have we been programmed to that, right? Don't you think, like, a part of us is like, there's
I,
something in
yeah.
culture that has programmed us to it's do you know what it is? It's you selling that stuff at school as a kid that got us into a competition mindset of like, okay, well, I want to hear about people who are doing worse than me, because that's going to make
Yeah.
me feel better about myself. If they're worse than me, then I'm better than them. It's this whole
Yeah.
mentality that we're like raised in, it's like
Yeah.
it's so
It's
embedded in
also
us.
interesting. Like there's a part of us that likes some amount of toxic
Oh
or
my
bad
god, like, I've
or
got it in me,
yeah.
like, everyone like, I can be aware of it, like, I'm spiritual
Mhm.
enough to, like, see it,
Yeah.
now, but it's like, it doesn't stop, like, the fact that I'd be, like, drawn to click on a true crime video, or, like,
Yeah. And then like
or
I
what,
don't
Johnny
mind those
Depp
as
and
much.
Amber Heard's trial, like,
Okay,
I
but he
can't
won.
believe
Whoop whoop.
I
Yes,
know, but
'cause
you get sucked into that, like, just so
girl,
you
you
can
don't have
feel
to tell
like,
me. I watched it
Amber's
day
a
for
fucking
day.
awful person.
I watched it day
Yeah,
for day
who wasn't
online.
watching it, Rebecca?
I was like, yes,
Yeah,
let's go.
like, I
Ugh,
yeah, because it's addictive, like, we're
yeah.
bred to, like, that's what I mean, like, it's the
And
negativity, like,
with you
and
saying
I
that
think that's the
too,
itch it's scratching.
I was thinking about like when they're playing the audio that was recorded for the Depp Heard trial. There's a small part of me that's like, should I be listening to this? This is like personal stuff, like fights,
I
and
know.
you feel like that. I mean, a small part of me is obviously there for that. The other part of me is fully like, yes, Johnny Depp, let's go. But like, that must be so hard
Yeah,
to
there's
have
something
all your stuff.
it's so the drama of it's so enticing, and I do think it comes down to that thing of, like, you know, you wanna see it is seeing other people fall, or, like, and it's
Mhm.
not, like, it's just it's not really from a consciously
I
bad
think it's more of a
place.
primal thing, like
Yeah,
as weird as
right?
that sounds, but just like the
But
idea
I
of like if they're not doing well, you're almost above that in some ways, I
Yeah,
guess. Which sounds bad, but like that's just a very blank statement of it. Like that's just kind of seated within us, I
it is
think.
I think it's not even like a human thing, it's like a culture thing that's, like,
Yeah.
been ingrained into humans, like,
I catch
because
myself though.
it's the competition thing. It
Yeah.
really is, like, I just remember I found that so traumatizing when I realized, when you get to that age at, like, 5, and then you
Mhm.
realize, like, "Oh, right," you know, I think the first time I realized that was, like, the Easter hat like, the Easter bonnet. competition? Did
I
you
don't
ever
know what
do the
that is.
Easter?
You gotta tell
You know,
me,
like
because now I don't know.
like the Easter season. So like little
Okay.
5-year-old me is like, they're like, okay, it's Easter now. You've got to make an Easter bonnet. So you like get a hat and you have to stick like chicks and eggs on it and decorate this
Oh,
hat.
okay.
And then you all walk around the playground in a circle, like the whole class. And then the teacher judges your hat, your bonnet, and then picks a winner, like who created the best hat,
Okay.
you know?
So it's just
Um,
another version of
and like
decorating eggs,
so
but it's
like
hat
I think that
version.
was yeah. And you had to walk around like a flipping playground catwalk with your bonnet on, and then you're like looking at, oh my god, like I was the daughter of a single dad, you know, he weren't very good at helping me
Yeah.
make my bonnet. And then I'm like comparing myself to all these other kids who have these amazing
Yeah.
bonnets. I was at home thinking, "Oh, my hat's so cool! Like, look at the little chick." And then you get to school and compare it to others, right?
Yeah.
Because you're
You get in
told
that
to compare it.
the judgment, like it's like you're doing it for competitive purposes and not because we're just doing it to be creative. Like,
Yeah, which equals exactly, that's what I mean. It's that whole comparison thing,
mm,
which isn't even art or creativity, because if you look,
no.
it's like the whole beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Like some
Yeah,
art might sell for millions, but I'll look at that art and be like, there's no way I'd want that on my wall, right?
right.
um but then there'll be this other art that I'm like, wow, I love, and someone else might not love,
Yeah.
because that isn't actually the basis of creativity. It's not comparison and it's not
Mm-mm.
competition, but it's kind of fed down that way because it
To
fits
be it.
that like
Yeah.
capitalism narrative, that like seller's narrative, right?
Yeah.
But it's not the natural state.
Yeah. And it's like you're doing it to win an item or something, whatever. Or like, I get what you're saying and coming from.
Yeah.
I've never had to decorate an Easter bonnet, I would like to say, and I'm sad I missed that. So
Oh no.
I think you need, when the season comes around again, you have to show me like how I'm supposed to do this, and we'll decorate it on stream. Like I need to do that.
Oh my god, yeah. Maybe that next Easter we can like
Yeah.
make Easter bonnets together and we can be like, there's no winners in this competition though,
No.
guys.
We're all
Okay.
the
This is
winners.
this
We
is
are
just creativity, purpose, and joy.
we all win because we have decorated hats. So
Oh my god, Mage just said, I love the way you both just got completely sidetracked away from the comments. It's
I
like calling
know.
us out. We're awful.
Let's go back again. Hold on.
We
We're
like
gonna do it again.
answered one question and then went on a 20-minute tangent about Easter bonnets.
I loved it. I would just like to say. Okay. So no TV. I think that's where we were at last. Mage said, I have a home recording studio, so creating very poor synthwave takes up all my time. I don't know what that is, but I am happy for you.
Yeah, like that's basically making music, electronic music at home. Like that's super
Oh,
creative, and I
those are
think,
so cool.
yeah, like that's great for your mental health. Like
Have you
that's the
seen the
sort of
ones
stuff.
that do the like they'll like plug in a machine to like, or they'll clamp it on plants like leaves and stuff and it makes music?
Yes,
I
yes,
want
I
one
love those
really
sounds.
bad. I want that. Okay, so like if my game that I'm making like ends up being a thing that I share, I have to find someone who does that so they can make music for my game. I
Yeah.
told my friend, I was like, if I'm making a game to share for everyone, it has to have good music because music will make or break a game, like 100%.
Oh yeah,
And it needs
definitely.
to be great. Anyways, not sidetracking, continuing. Um, what was the documentary again? Social Dilemma. Yes, that was the right one. Synthwave Woohoo. Yes. I don't know if that's the same thing I was talking about, but also
No, it's like
like
a, yeah, like electronic keyboard kind of thing.
So kind of
But
similar. I'm sorry, my
what
hair's in the
you
way. I have to exit out every
what
time
you
I look at the comments.
what you're talking about, like I don't know
There's
like
gotta be a
what kind of
name for
machine
it.
that's called, but it's so cool. I remember I was listening to somebody was playing like the sound of three ivy plants. Um like they just listened to all three at the same time and it sounded like a freaking choir.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I've seen it on TikTok before, I think is where I saw it first. I have to look it up, like what it's called, and then
Might not be too
find somebody who does
expensive.
it. I want, yeah, if the machine's not expensive, I'll buy it for me.
Yeah,
Just do
exactly.
it. Like, I'll record it, you know?
Just out in the neighborhood, like
Oh, and
hooking up the little trees.
right? And then on top of that, I can do like intentional music. So like use intentional plants to go, like that's witchy. Oh, yes. I like that.
Yes.
It's so exciting. Okay.
I have like such a deep and profound like meaning to the game as well, especially because it's probably going to
Yeah.
be like a witchy game.
It is, it's very fairy-esque so far. That's like my main theme of it.
Ooh.
So if you count that as witchy, then
Yeah,
absolutely.
I definitely. You're a fairy witch, babe.
Yeah. So like it's so far it's just going off of like I want it to be very mythological, but to the point where it's like the creepy, scary kind of fairies too, but also the nice
Ooh.
ones. The
Yeah.
only thing I have planned so far that I know is going to be for sure is it's going to be a town with a tree who is the leader, and the tree is like the mother tree, who
Oh, I
is
love
in the middle
that.
of town, and she is on top of a bridge, and that is the heart of the town. So that's
Oh,
the main
wow.
bit.
I love it.
I I'll have to send you some pictures that I've started like
Yes.
drawing because I
Email.
am excited to make it to start because I have to do the pixel art, but I want my pixel art to be I have to practice it because
Yeah.
I haven't done much work with that. But I am capable, so I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out.
Exactly. And now that you're not scrolling on
I
social
know,
media, you've got all
I
the
know.
time.
Okay, back to comments. Let's go. Let's
Yep.
go. Oh, WB, welcome back. Got it. Okay. I skipped ahead a couple of comments for that, but anyways. Um, Mage says, you're okay if you don't conjure incubus and succubus or render baby fat into a flying potion. Can confidently say, have not done that. I
I
think
think it was the
that's
Satan
reference to the Satan.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was too young to even like know what witchcraft was at that point. So it was just like more or less like, hey, I can kind of like connect with Satan in the fact that I'm bullied and left out, I guess.
Yeah.
um, and then Leanne says some of the best videos on YouTube are women talking in cars because women are really candid in their cars.
I agree. I
Literally, that used
agree.
to be my videos. I used to record in my car all the
Yeah,
time.
I have as well. I
I
just don't drive much anymore.
yeah,
Just to the like
that's
the
true.
shop that's not that far
I don't.
away.
I don't drive that much anymore either, but it's too hot to record out there right now. Like I said, the 100-degree
Maybe I want your
weather on a
AC
car, it's
blasting.
like an actual oven in there if I don't
I
turn the
know.
AC on. And then it's like if I turn the AC on, it's too loud, so you
Yeah.
can't hear what I'm saying. But I like
I know how
during
you feel now. I live in a hot country.
I was just gonna say during the spring weather, it's not that bad. Um, exactly. I like the Flash and Mr. Robot. I assume that's in reference to when we were talking about TV shows, maybe?
I'm not
Or
sure.
I don't know. Mage will explain. uh, they also say, I love the way both of you completely got sidetracked. Oh, that was what you were saying
Yeah.
before. Oscar bonnets. Oh dear. I spent more time on the Will Smith slap than I did the Johnny Depp mess. Oh my god, I forgot about the Will Smith
I
slap.
know. The conspiracies as
That
well.
sounds like it's so long ago, but that did just happen. Not that it wasn't that far back.
Yeah.
And then Mage says a tree and a bridge like Bifrost and Yggdrasil. I don't know what Bifrost is, but Yggdrasil, absolutely, yes.
I don't know.
We did it. We got through them.
Well done.
We're back on track.
We made it through. Feel free to comment again now.
Yes, please comment again and tell me all the things I didn't understand because I'm a
Yeah.
little dumb, but it's okay. My brain beans don't work all the time, but it's all right. We're
Well, it's
fine.
fair enough. Like we got very sidetracked, so it's easy to
Yeah.
forget what we were even talking about.
Do you also want to go into, because I don't know if you want to share this on here or not, but we were talking about last time meeting up in our dreams. I can confidently say I didn't have
Oh my god,
anything
it's so
happen.
weird because I was gonna say that to you. We should do the dream talk.
Okay, yes.
Hang on, has he said?
Oh, Pat.
Oh, it's the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh, the
In
Rainbow Bridge.
Ascot.
Okay, okay. I knew that there was a Rainbow Bridge. I did not know the name of it. Thank you. There's no rainbow, but it is just a bridge, like a stone bridge. But yes, yes to that energy.
I'm excited to see your game stuff. So do email me any of the artwork and
I will.
stuff.
It's not very well done yet. I just want to say it's just like this is concept art in the start.
No, like don't feel worried about that. I'll get it, you know, I'll get what you're going for.
I have a couple. I bet you. Is it in this book? I might be able to show some of it. Hold on. Why is all the stuff I own very high up? The world may never know. Okay.
By the way, guys, we were saying before we came on the live how funny it is that we're literally wearing like pretty much the same
Oh, I
top
know.
today. Like
Almost the
twinning
same.
for the live. It wasn't
The little
planned,
frills.
guys. It's like how in sync we are.
Okay, here, this is kind of the tree over the bridge. It's kind of hard to see, and there would be like a little altar stone here for
Oh,
offering.
sick.
In the back, we have like, oh, nope, yes, little mushroom houses and stuff like that. And
Oh,
I
little
have
fairy
another one.
houses. So cute.
This one is going to be, so I wanted to do something that's similar to Stardew Valley in the essence that you'll have a home and you can upgrade it. So it'll be like you get to pick your house, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. This is just the idea. So either you would pick like a mushroom house, a tree house, or like a third other option, and then you get to
That's so
upgrade it.
cute.
So you would pick something like, let's say if you got the mushroom or the tree, and it starts out small, but like you want to upgrade later, you would pour like a potion on it, and then it expands and gets bigger. But
Oh
so
my
anyways,
god, it's so cute.
this
It's
would be
like
the
people.
plot of land that it would be on, and then there's a restaurant right next door above, and like it would have little string lights. You can't really
Oh,
there.
oh my god. I love it. I love
So
how
yeah,
you can like pick your own house. It kind of reminds me of like, you know, how you can go to the garden center and you can like get all the sort of stuff to build your own fairy house for your like
yeah,
garden and stuff. Like
exactly.
you can buy the doorways and the little miniature ornaments and
Yeah,
like, oh, it's
I
so
definitely want it to
cute.
be customizable style, like very Stardew-esque, except I want it to be more creepy, I guess, but also cute, like creepy cute. That's my
Yeah,
full vibe all day, every day.
yeah,
So I'm
totally.
excited. It's gonna be fun
Leanne
to
said
just like go
we
through and
both
make
have
it.
thrills.
We do.
No, I'm so
Crazy.
excited. I can't wait to see your digital art and stuff when you
Yeah,
get
I have a
to
more
building
digital
it.
look
Building
on.
it. Which is,
I have it like I did a paint, like I painted it on like digitally, so I'll be able to show you that and what I've done for that so
yeah,
far.
send it. But even your sketches, like I can see it, you know? I can
Yeah,
see how it's gonna look when you build
we've
it.
got the
So
ideas
exciting.
there.
It's so inspiring, like going for it. Like it's the perfect thing for you to do, you know, because you love
Honestly,
games
I
and
grew
you're
up
so
playing them.
creative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like video games
And
are so like infused in my essence because I used them as friends for me when I did not have them. Like I remember going a whole summer, I did not go and do anything except for play I think I played like an X-Men video game or something. And we played Guitar
That's like
Hero and Minecraft. Minecraft when it first came out. Oh my god. I love them so much.
that was like me and horses. Like I had like hardly any friends, so it was just literally me and my horse. But
Cute, yes. I mean, not yes to the.
um
We feel lonely back then, but it's okay to talk about it now.
oh no, yeah, like, but I still loved it. You know, like you loved playing
Same.
games. That's why you did it. I
Yeah,
loved being with my horse. When you're actually
exactly.
in the moment of doing what you love, like you don't really give a crap about that stuff. It's only when
Yeah,
you're in a place you don't want to be, like school,
yeah.
and then you become aware of that stuff. Like, oh, like
You're like,
I've not really got
oh,
many friends, or
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah,
it would be so cool because you're gonna be able to bring something out like in that like space, the game
mm,
space, which you feel is lacking in something that you wish you could play, right? Because
yeah,
when I was like a songwriter, and the reason I even started writing songs was because I felt like there wasn't like an artist who was expressing what I wanted to hear in
yeah.
lyrics and music, you know? And
Exactly
so
that.
I was like,
And you
well,
know, you
I'm
can
going to
create
create it. I'm going
something.
to create the music
Yeah,
I want to hear. And that is like the best place that you can come from creating. And even like on YouTube here, it's like
mm,
if we can create videos which we feel like, okay, this is a video I would want to watch, you know, like for example
yeah,
the vlog things, like we both love watching vlogs, and we should create more vlogs because
yeah.
that's what you would watch as a consumer, right?
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. Like doing the things that you don't see other people doing that you want to have and making
Yeah,
that
and I feel
100%.
like that's like listening to spirit as well,
Yeah,
because it's like you have this like, oh, I wish I could play like a creepy cute fairy game, and like it
yeah.
literally spirit is like when you get these downloads and stuff, it's like you being told,
They're literally like,
um
girl, you have the
you know,
tools to
like
do it.
exactly, right? It's saying like, here's this vision, here's this idea, and you're getting it for a reason. So it's
Yeah.
like making that next step to create it in the physical reality.
And I'm so excited to get into even the smaller aspects because I think it's a thing. I guess I'll put it in perspective of songwriting. So, like, whenever I think about games and stuff and learning about how they're made, like the coding that goes into it, learning even the smaller steps of what it takes to create a sprite character walking, like walking around, the animation in that, it just intrigues me so much, and it's so much fun to learn about. So if you look at that as well, like with songwriting, when you learn different techniques people use when they write music, or how they play a certain instrument or record a certain sound and then change it to like make it something else. It's like the process within itself, and seeing how people do it is just like
Yeah.
so mind blowing. You're just like, yes, 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 for all the information, and you just want to bring everything and do everything.
Yeah. And
I
it's
love
like,
it so much.
how can it like test your patience as well? Like, because you can't get the instant gratification with that.
Yeah,
Like, it again, what we were saying earlier in our conversation about like the drawing thing compared to like scrolling on Instagram or binging on YouTube. It's like, yeah, you can get instant gratification doing that, but you
mm,
don't have like the long haul gratification of creating something.
yeah,
So
definitely.
like also like it can be as well of like the networking, right? So you could they it's a massive project creating a game, so there
Mm,
comes a point where it's like, okay, I need to like network and reach out to certain people so that people who can help me create certain aspects of the game, people who know how
yeah,
to get my game out there in the world, right? It was the same when I was a songwriter, you know.
exactly.
I had to like put myself out there to get a manager. That manager helped me get a publisher, you know.
Yeah,
And then also even writing, it was like, yeah, I started on my guitar, but I wanted to be more lyric focused and I wanted to have more electronic sound at one point. So
yeah,
then I had to reach out to I could spend my time learning that and doing that all myself, but I chose to use my time to then network with music producers and reach out
Mhm.
and work with different people. And, so like there's never just the one route. So there's so
Yeah,
many like routes you can take as long as it's like in that directed like in a directed direction, of like not getting distracted of your ultimate goal.
right. Oh, which is so hard for me too. Because like I'll start a
Oh,
goal
same.
and then
Like, I can
everything
talk about
trickles.
it, but doing it.
Yeah. Like for instance, with us talking about like I was just thinking about the plant thingy earlier that makes music from the plants. I was like, dude, if I decided, because I love doing so many projects, I was like, if I wanted to, if I got that plant thing to make music for my game, then I could like also do it to just make music in general and use the plant sounds in the background. And I'm like, we're getting video game. Like, let's focus on that one and we can do the
Yeah,
other thing later. Like,
yeah.
I just love it. I, I don't know. I'm such a technical kind of person. I like seeing
Maybe.
how things are made, I guess. So, or like how to do it. And if I can do it on my own, I love being able to do it.
Yeah, so then it's like doing things that you enjoy doing in the process, and then maybe you're not gonna like enjoy seeking out people who can promote your game, or who can get you in with companies that will fund it or something.
Yeah.
So then that's when you're gonna reach out. But I still feel like that is still a massive part of the process. It doesn't lessen
Yeah.
the process, it just means that you're focusing on what you enjoy creating
I think with Steam as
within the whole
well, which is
project.
like, I don't know if you know, you've used Steam or you know what it is, but it's like a video game. Like,
I used to use it when I used to play Counter-Strike.
okay, so yeah, I think with Steam, it's kind of like YouTube in the fact that you can just like upload it and be like, hey, pay me money or it's free. And then I assume they probably take a certain percentage from like whatever if it's not free.
Oh, wait,
Um,
okay, that's
but I
good. I
don't
didn't
know.
realize that you could just upload it on there.
I think you can, but I haven't looked into it to know because it just kind of
Yeah.
depends on if you're like this is the full other thing, making sure what platform your game is going towards, and you have to think about the dimensions that it's going to be in, how much it's. You essentially use what's called a game engine, and you can pick whatever, and depending on that one, like while you're making your game, it like does all the fine details on that, I guess. But as far as like how to
It'd be
upload
cool
it
if
to
you could do
Steam,
it for mobile.
you might be able to do something like that for like mobile games, but it's so like going into coding and stuff is a little bit more of where I don't think that there's any coders that you would have on phone. I don't think. Because essentially
No,
what
but if
the
you put
coding.
your game on mobile.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can do that as well. So like
Yeah,
again, it goes with the
yeah.
system engine, and you can create either apps or you can create like let's say something for like Xbox, PS4, or you can create PC, Switch, whatever. You're just essentially making sure the dimensions of your game, or like especially when you're doing pixel, like depending on pixel, you want to know how big your screen is that the person's going to be playing on, and
Yeah.
how the aspect ratio will like well, if it'll look good essentially. Like you want your game to look good. But
Yeah.
you can make it for any platform essentially. It's just like the finer details of it. I was just meaning like for coding something, because usually the engines themselves, I like you have to have a separate thing for coding. It's super confusing. So me explaining this is not going to make that much sense. But the coding is like telling the computer what to do when you're
Yeah.
making the game. So like let's say you want to make somebody your character, you have your character, you want to make them walk left to right. You have to tell the computer, "Hey, make this person walk right when I press this button." And you have to like code it in. I don't.
Okay.
It's like it's a lot, girl. It's so much.
Yeah, like
Very
it
tedious.
seems like it would take so much to create a game, but then at the same time, it's like,
Absolutely.
well, that makes sense because they're so like
Yeah.
interactive and
And that's the
yeah,
best part of it too, is when you see big games, big beautiful games that are made. Like when I look at things
yeah.
like Red Dead Redemption 2 or um Skyrim, things like that, and you see these
I
big
really like
expensive
cartoony
worlds.
games.
You
Like
like
I
what?
love Switch games,
Switch games, yeah.
like cartoon games.
Hmm.
Yeah, so obviously I think it's 'cause I grew up with an NES.
Yeah.
Um, but like
So
I
you mean more pixelated
have you
or
got a
like,
Switch?
yeah, I do.
Oh my god, you have to get the latest Pokemon game. Like I know that other Pokemon games are not meant to be good,
Yeah.
but the latest one, it's like open world, is so good. Like you have to get it. Um, honestly, you
I
gotta
haven't
get
played
it.
any of them. I played a little bit on my
I
um
haven't played any of
on
the
my
other ones
DS,
either.
like an old one, but like I always feel like whenever I get them, I'm never sure like what to do with myself in them. I don't know why.
No,
Like
this
maybe it's just
new
because
one
I
is
missed
like
it.
it's nothing like the last ones apparently. I never played the last ones.
I'll look up like the
But this one
trailers
is
on it, like to see
yeah,
what you're
honestly,
talking
it's
about.
so good. You follow like the story and it's like the graphics is so cool. I just love
Mm.
the cartoony style and the world's so cool
Yeah,
um and the most recent game we got was Kirby, the new Kirby
love
game.
Kirby.
Yeah. Have you
Been
seen
a
the
long
new one
time.
on Switch?
No, I haven't. I haven't
Oh
really
my god,
kept up
it's
very
so
much.
cool. I haven't played it much because I just don't have the time, but it's really cool. Like he changes into like items that you're like going around
Yeah,
playing the game, and you can like change into the
yeah.
roller coaster or like yeah.
We used to
But
make jokes about me and my boyfriend about like if Kirby were to like suck you in, what power would he get from you? I used to tell him mine was tooth decay because I have a bunch of cavities in my mouth, so he would just get cavities.
great superpower.
I know, right? I love Kirby so much
Oh my god,
though. I used to play it
I don't
on my
know.
DS. Oh, trying to think of a
No, this is
superpower.
the first time I played Kirby, and I was so impressed with the game and the
Mm,
graphics and stuff. So the
it's really
new one is
cute.
good. I recommend it if you like the old ones. But more than anything, I recommend the latest Pokemon.
Yeah, I'll definitely
And
look at the trailer and see what's up with it because girl, I love video games. So you don't have to tell me twice to look at a game.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think a majority of all of my watch time videos are just new video games that are coming out this upcoming year. Like
Oh.
obsessed.
I'm like crazy into computer games just because it wasn't like what I grew up with. I just had an
Mm.
NES, I did have a PlayStation 1,
Yeah,
but
I
I
had
had a
console
horse
as
and stuff.
well. Xbox was
Oh
my
yeah,
main era.
um, but yeah, like I used to love PC games when I was younger, like Sims and like just these random ones you get with this.
With what?
I got cut off, I think. Am I back?
I can hear you
You're
now. Oh, there you go. All right, I will now take the time
can
to.
you hear me? My internet
Oh,
keeps cutting out.
you're going in and out. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You seem like you're back. You're not frozen anymore.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I was gonna take a full moment to look at the chat. So
Yeah, so let's look at the chat and then let's talk about dreams because I have to go make dinner soonish.
yes, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's a thing soon. So, and I have a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff I have to do today anyway, so it's fine.
yeah. It's been so
So
fun. Like, and
Rayman on PS1, yes.
I never played Rayman. But Mage also said, "I would do anything for a good friend. There aren't enough hours in the day to have too many friends," and it's so true.
Yeah,
Like
I agree with
honestly, I
that.
talk to you for another 2 hours easy. If I
Oh, I
wasn't
know.
starving.
We could
But
go
it's
forever
the
if we
same.
let ourselves
Exactly. Like when you find a good friend, you can really just talk and just
talk.
have so much fun. And yeah, I agree. There's just not enough time.
Yeah. And then conversation
Yeah.
flows so easy, as you can tell. Like, it's just
Yeah,
so, we just forget about what
exactly.
else is happening. But so
Is that all
dreams,
the comments?
I think so. That was
Okay,
it.
so last week, no, last live we did together over on Rebecca's channel, we was talking about dreams again, and we said, okay, we're both going to try and manifest a dream. And you sent me a picture of your little note that you put by
Yeah,
your
I did.
bed. So she was really
I
trying
did.
to
I did
manifest
try.
the dream together, and I don't think you should stop, Rebecca. Like,
Yeah.
keep calling it in,
I
okay?
did have
Because I
one
want
thing.
to
Okay.
hear
I
your
I
dream
have
with
one
me in
thing
it.
I have to tell you about where I actively like really, really tried and I got flash images in my head before I went to bed, but I did not dream of you. So you'll have to let me know if
Oh,
these flash images mean
okay.
anything. So I
Expand
laid
on that.
down
Sorry, I was moving you closer.
and I was like, okay, we're gonna try and dream of a meeting, whatever. Universe, like help me out, man. Let's
Okay.
go. And I saw like creepy porcelain dolls, if that makes sense. Like they're just porcelain dolls, kind of like I don't know what that means, but that's all I saw from it, and I just kept getting flash images of them. And I'm like, okay,
But
that's
was I there?
no, just
Was
porcelain
I
dolls.
hanging out with the dolls?
Maybe you were and I didn't see you. I don't know, man. I was so confused. Like I don't know what that means. Okay,
It probably means
so
something.
it
Like,
maybe it does
yeah.
either with my
And like,
psyche or I was hoping you had something to do with porcelain dolls, but I guess not. So definitely my psyche then. I
no,
don't know.
like when I was younger, I used to be really scared of them.
They were creepy in the flash images
Yeah.
in my head. I was like, ugh, why? Like what?
But
I don't know.
I don't know, maybe like it's like a sign of not being like, yeah, like I don't know, like something maybe about like how they're just not alive. They look like they're
Maybe.
there or something. I
It
don't
was
know.
those
It
ones
could be
that have
like
like
some weird.
the powdered like face looking makeup where it's just like very pale skin and then those like red cheeks. You know what I'm talking about? And sometimes they have like the little blinky eyes or
Yeah.
something. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I know the creepy ones.
Like why?
I was really scared of those as kids.
Same.
Like when you're young and you have sleepovers and you do like tell ghost stories. Like
Yeah.
someone would always tell a ghost story about a possessed doll, and it used to terrify me.
Yep. My grandma used to have a bunch of them all over the back room that we would stay in. So if my cousin and I were sleeping in that room for the night, we would grab a bed
Ah!
sheet and just throw it over them, so we didn't have to see them.
Oh my god.
Worked like a charm because they didn't stare at me.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure your nan appreciated it too. Not like, hey, I like my dolls.
She never knew. She never knew.
Okay, so my dream. So I managed to manifest a dream with Rebecca. Um, so like it was really annoying because when I woke up, I was like,
That's
"Oh my
good.
god! Like I actually dreamed about Rebecca. How cool!" And but I was like, but she was still on the phone, like still like on a FaceTime call,
Mhm.
on a live or like how we're talking now. So I was at some like weird, and I never go to clubs or parties or anything. And I was at like some club, and then I was like, oh, I've got I've got a live with Rebecca. So, but I'm like in this like weird club that's like you go into a weird room,
Mm.
and like it was all individual rooms, and people in the hallway just going into these different rooms, and then in each room there'd be like something weird going on. Like in this one room I went in, you went in there and they like changed you into a weird outfit, and then like
Okay.
laid you on a stretcher, and it's like really strange. It wasn't like your average party. But then I was like, oh, I got my live with Rebecca, so like you was coming up on my phone as like calling, and
Hmm.
I answered it, and you was also out at like a theme park.
Of course.
So we was like doing this live, and you was like on a roller coaster, like yeah. Like holding your phone and then like dropping it, and then oh, I almost lost my phone, like on this flipping roller coaster. And like I'm in this like weird club where I can like barely hear you, and you're like wind gashing like noises, where you're literally on a roller coaster or like
Clearly
walking
having
through
the
the
time of
fun
my life.
fair. Yeah, but still committed to the live.
Of course.
um and then I woke up, like it didn't feel like a super long dream, you know.
Yeah.
There was like one point where you was walking with cotton candy, and you were like haha with your friends, and you were like, yeah, I'm still here, babe, I'm still on the live with you, we're heading over to this coaster now, you know, like gonna go in the haunted house now. Um, and then I'm just like, yeah, what? Okay, yeah, I'm still here too. I remember, like, I just like watching you in my dream. You know, it's so weird. Like in your dream, like
Yeah.
watching you, like where she's like actually on the roller coaster and she's still on the live with me.
It's the most confusing live ever. Imagine people
So I
watching like,
woke up and I was
what?
like, oh, yeah, exactly. I was like, "Oh my god!" I was so stoked though that I actually had a dream with you, you
Yeah,
know?
that sounds
Um,
really funny.
and it was funny. I was like, "What the hell?" That was like so random, but I was like, "Damn!" Like I really wanted to feel like, 'cause you know, like for me, dreams feel really real. Um,
Yeah.
and so I wanted to feel like what it's like to actually hang out with you physically. You know, I
Yeah.
still want to have a dream where I meet up with you physically and like hang out in person and hug and stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe that's why it's
But
harder
it
because we
was,
haven't like physically met up. So maybe my brain's having a harder time
yeah, but
visualizing
I've dreamt
like
about
how tall you
YouTubers.
would be to
I've
me. You
dreamt
know what
about
I mean?
YouTubers and celebrities.
I don't know if I have. I don't think so because I've dreamt of people definitely that I've talked and interacted with like face to face. I would say Aiden, but Aiden and I have met up in real life. So even if I didn't dream of him, like I've already seen how tall he is compared to me, and I can like place that.
Yeah. Well,
I
how
don't know.
tall are you?
Probably like 5'5", maybe. I haven't measured since I was in school, so I don't know if that's still the same, but I'm pretty
You
average
cut
height.
out, what did you say? 5 something.
5'5".
Oh, okay, so I'm 5'3". Like, I'll be
Okay,
like an inch and a half
a little
shorter
bit
than
shorter.
you.
Yeah, that's not too
Yeah,
bad though.
only like not much. I'm like 5'3" and a half.
Okay, so yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so like I think the more we talk with each other, the more like if each other posts more on YouTube, that's a good way, because I honestly, if I
yeah,
watch a lot of a certain YouTuber, like they'll show up in my dreams at some point in the future, you know?
yeah,
Um so, and I think it worked for me because I set the intention as well. but like I want to try and have a dream where I meet you physically. That would be so awesome. So hopefully by the next live,
Right. Try again.
we can share.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I gotta
And
like
don't
maybe
stop
if I do
trying.
it more, or like if I put more intention each time, maybe I'll get more. Even if it's just the flash images, at least we'll have something rather than nothing
Yeah,
to share with the
exactly.
class.
Yeah. Even if you start with the meditations and stuff, or like just before
Yeah.
you go to bed, that's what I was doing. Like when I remembered, I'd be like, okay, I want to dream about Rebecca. I want to meet Rebecca. And I know when I did have the dream about you, it was one of the nights where I was like saying that to myself before I went to
Yeah.
sleep.
I gotta do it more. That's what it is. Haven't done it good enough. The universe said, try again, loser. And I said, okay.
Try harder, but try and figure out the doll shit. What about
Right.
this riddle? Huh?
Oh my god, what if they give me a riddle in the dream? Like it's just you giving me a riddle?
Don't. I hate riddles. I fucking hate riddles. So, like, do you imagine if I came to you in a dream and gave you a riddle, you know it's like a flipping fake Helki.
Right. I'll be like, wait a
It's my
second.
doppelganger. Wait a
Some,
second.
something
This
right
isn't
here.
her. She hates riddles. Who are you, really?
If I dream that now, I'm gonna laugh. I'll just be
Oh my
like,
god.
mm.
It's gonna be so good either way. Like, even if it's weird or creepy or whatever, like mine was really parts of it was really creepy. The party I was at was, questionable.
Girl, what's with you and creepy
And then
parties
you just being all
in your
wild
dreams?
at the same time. I don't know. It was really creepy and rapey. Yeah,
Oh no.
not good.
I really like how you
Yeah.
visualized me as like at the fair or something. I'm very stomach queasy, so I would never ride a roller coaster that's huge because I would vomit.
Oh, really? Because you was loving that roller coaster.
I'm glad Dream Me is having the time of her life and living out what real life her can.
And the funniest thing was is that you was with, like, a group of friends, but you was just, like, on the live with me, and
Like, just like, oh yeah, kind of like about this life, but also I have a life. Like, what the heck?
It's we're both in situations where it's like you would cancel the live, but not
I
us, not in
know.
that dream.
The life was clearly
Dedicated.
had to go
At least
on.
yeah, it shows, like, the dedication I feel like the undercurrent of that dream is, like,
Yeah,
the dedication you guys have for each other, you know?
that's
Which is
precious. I love
which is
that.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, girl. I know you're gonna make
Yeah,
food and stuff. Do we want to end on
yeah.
a quick card, like a card
Yeah, let's
message
do
or
that.
whatever?
Yeah.
I
I've
have my
got
deck picked out.
I've got my classic Rider-Waite right next to me.
I've
Are you
got,
doing, Oracle?
yep, got the moon deck.
Cool, I'll do Tarot. Oh, I love that deck. Love
It's
it.
very pretty.
Yeah.
All right,
You have a
card
lot of decks
message.
I want.
It's literally just like, oh, there it goes. Literally just like artwork that I like. I dropped the card. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, okay, interesting. I'm gonna actually pull one more for that
Yeah.
because I need a little bit of a clarifier here. What is that and what does that mean?
So was you pulling for us, for the audience?
For audience.
Okay. I feel like because I wasn't sure what you were pulling for, I was sort of still thinking about our previous
Hey,
conversation. So I feel like mine
yeah,
is like mine is kind of for the dream situation,
right.
but at the same time, it could be a connection for the viewer too. Like the viewer could easily be like, that relates to me too.
That's why I did it for because like I find usually if I do it that way that it connects back to me anyways. So I'm like,
Yeah.
it'll probably connect to me too. But mine are very like I pulled an extra card because I wanted a clarifier, which I haven't done the last couple of times. But even the clarifier is like we're keeping it very vague, and I'm kind of okay with that. Do you want
Okay.
to go first, or do you want me to go first?
No, you go. You go.
Okay. So the original card is this one. Very pretty. There's a
Very
fox with a
pretty.
moon. And there's also a mushroom. I don't know if you can see it. It's at the bottom
Oh, it's
there.
so cute.
Right
Yeah.
there. And it says, my instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. So, adaptability in any obstacle coming your way, essentially.
Yeah.
Like,
Really good.
go with the
Really
flow
good
kind of
message.
vibe. And I was like, okay, that's cool, but like, what is that in meaning to? And I got this card, bunch of crows here, or ravens,
Oh, your energy, huh?
right? And then it says, I trust the mystery of life. So very vague on both of them. Just like
Oh,
I'm
I feel like it,
adaptable.
it ties back to your
Yeah.
everything you've been about recently.
Yeah, I can kind of it feels I don't know why I'm getting kind of like a
What we were saying.
shapeshiftery energy, like being able to go with the flow, be able to handle what you're handling. And also like there's a bunch of stuff in life that you don't know. Like many great things can come in surprises. So I think that's where that's kind of coming from. There's also a very like um I don't know how to say it, but it's like a comfort in the dark energy, if that makes sense. Like the cards are both very
Yeah.
dark, but they're comfortable. They're not scary. So
Yeah,
comfort
and
in
it's
the
sort of like
unknown.
stepping. Yes, exactly. And like right now, if you stepping off of certain social media platforms and like
Mm.
exploring like yourself more in a sense in a different way, being able to like step away from an addiction and
Yeah,
that kind of energy is all sort of like you don't know what's going to come out of it, and it can
yeah.
feel kind of dark and isolating, but like trusting it's gonna like your intuition that you're following that and it's going to lead you on the right path.
I think you got it. Hit the nail on the head with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Perfect cards. I love that there was
Yeah,
crow in there as
I
well.
know. How ironic.
I got the Seven of Pentacles. So
Ooh,
you know how he is just
he's waiting.
yeah, he's just waiting to harvest that crop and it's not ready yet, right?
Yeah,
So it's like, okay, the first thing I was thinking of as soon as I got this, I was like, oh, it's the dream situation because it's like, okay, well, we
yeah,
need to like like there's some kind of work or like more work needs to, so if the crop's not ready to harvest, you still need to water it, right? You still need to maybe
mm,
feed it like with compost and so that it can grow more and be ripe and actually ready to pick. So it's like with the dream situation for us, it's like, no, you still need to do more. Like you need to
yeah,
work more at our intentions or even our dream control or our astral projection or our lucid dreaming. And it's like, it's that promise of it's almost there, right? Because that
yeah,
fruit's not far off being picked because even looking how like one of them has fallen off the vine, one of them was ripe enough to eat. It's almost like that's the dream I had. It's like, look,
yeah,
one of them's fell off. Like it can happen. But for me, it was like that's not what I wanted. I wanted the physical connection with you.
yeah,
So it's like, and we were still on the phone on the live. So it's like I still need to wait for that. So I need to still work on like my dream control and my intention around it and stuff,
yeah.
and that it's gonna come because the promise is that it is gonna come. Like it's not far off with the seven. And also like 7 energy as well can be like, you know, it's that energy of like the study and dedication, and like the like not leaving any stones unturned, you know.
Yeah, I think that's
So it's like
my
trying
or where
different
I'm at
things
is
and
I've never tried doing any of dream work stuff before. I dream a lot and I have experience with like messing around kind of with it, but I haven't like actively tried to do anything with it. So I think for me it's just like I have to do more research for one, and I have to like
yeah.
also clear some of my energy out because my dreamscape is overwhelmed with other stuff that's going on in my life, and it's coming through and leaking through my
Oh,
nighttime.
same,
So
same.
I
Oh my
think
God.
that's what's blocking me from a majority of it, you know? So we got to do some
Yeah,
work.
it is. I think definitely that 7 energy is telling us to like really work, like study, put so much intention on it, questioning like the dreams that we do have, acknowledging the dreams that we have, maybe journaling,
Yeah.
that helps us gain more control in that realm. Yeah,
It
so
looks
just
like that
working on
too, I
that. And
think,
then
with
for
the
the
crop,
viewer,
with like the harvesting part of
yeah,
it. When you're looking at it and it's almost there, look at it, what bugs are on your plant killing your plant right now, or is it getting
exactly.
too much or too little
Perfect.
water, you know, like exactly
Yeah.
that.
Exactly, that's like, oh, I love that, and that's so perfect. Literally bugs killing my plants right now.
Yep.
But it's the insecurities, like, or like the fears coming up,
Mhm.
right? Because I have a lot, and I think you do too from our
Oh
dream
yeah.
episode that we did together. Like, we both struggle with nightmares and things, and or
Yeah.
anxiety related dreams.
Yeah.
um, which is often like just that, like things in our life going wrong, basically.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so it's sort of cooling in, like clearing that energy a bit more before we go to sleep, and cooling in different experiences,
I gotta find more stuff related to like the witchy clearing energy of like nightmares and stuff because I feel like that's kind of I haven't really searched for it on YouTube, but I've looked on just Google and I feel like it's quite hard to find something about dreams that's not um like dream divination. Like I don't want to do dream divination. I want to like actively clear out nightmares and stuff like that or
yeah,
work
it's
through
really hard.
like dream
I
shadow
haven't
work
looked
essentially.
Yeah, I haven't looked actually into what other people do. I did a spell. I write all my spells intuitively anyway.
Yeah.
And I did a spell that was successful, but it was like a 3-week working spell.
Mhm.
And so I had a wreath outside my front door that I made, with like I'd burnt certain incense, and then I had this jar by my bed, this spell jar by my bed that had like my intentions about my nightmares and stuff, and clearing them with other ingredients inside. And I would it was a shaker jar, so I'd shake it. The intention was shake it 3 times every night before I go to bed, and it worked. Yeah, really
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
But I set the spell for the 3 weeks, but I set it with the intention, like I have to do this for 3 weeks, and then I will be free of the nightmares. So
Mhm.
I did the spell. It worked in the 3 weeks, and then it worked maybe for a week after I stopped using the shaker jar, and
Right.
then they came back slowly but surely, which shows you it's like shadow work that you can't. I think like sometimes spells are just putting a
They can be
plaster
relief.
over a wound.
Yeah, like it's temporary
Yeah,
relief sometimes, and which is
yeah,
okay. But sometimes there are
yeah,
shadows within you that are ingrained more than you would like them to be, and they're
yeah.
harder to heal.
So like that's what I realized with that. It's like, okay, I can do that, and I can do a spell, and I can clear myself of nightmares. But I just, there's something more to work with when they come back after you stop doing the spell. And I
Yeah.
think it's it's wise to listen to that and not to continue. It's like then sort of being like, okay, well, drinking helps my anxiety, I'll just have a glass of wine every night. Well, no,
That's just
because then
adding
you're becoming
on.
dependent. And that's,
Yeah.
as a witch, you don't want to become dependent on your spells.
Yeah, I get that 100%. I don't do them,
Yeah.
or I don't always do spell that's gonna be like that, where it's only dependent on doing it every whatever. I do,
Yeah.
however, like want to do. I have I don't know if you've seen this because I showed it in a video of mine, but it's like this skull, like bowl that I bought from dollar store, and I used to put in. I did a spell that like linked myself to that skull, so I could like put things in the brain of it, and then it would like
Oh,
reference
wow. I love that.
what I'm adding to myself. It's been empty for a while because I was packing that room up. So I'm like, it's empty right now. So I have to bring it in here. And like, maybe I can add some stuff in there for like helping get rid of nightmares or whatever
Yeah,
else I
and
want to put in
for
my skull.
intentional dream
Yeah,
work and stuff. Like, I
exactly.
think, like, that's like, thinking of it, actually, I might try and do a spell for conjuring like you into my dream and into my
Yeah.
astral realm.
I'll probably just write
Um,
your name down on a paper and put it in the little skull thing and
yeah,
see if
exactly.
that'll
I
work.
think that that's like that sort of stuff is fine. I think it's when you have like something is the result of unresolved childhood trauma or shadow work, right? Which both of
Yeah.
our nightmares are.
Yeah.
And that's when you need to, you can do spells, say like, okay, I've got like a stressful period coming up, I'm moving house or something, or I'm getting married or something, right? I
Right.
don't want to be dealing with nightmares in that time. Then that kind of spell I did where I
Mm.
could eliminate nightmares for 3 weeks is great. But it's that
Yeah.
same thing of like, you don't want to be shaking a jar every night for the rest of your life, and you become so
And then
dependent on
after
it.
that, I don't think it'll work as well because like if you think about medicine or something like that, once our body gets used to
Your
something
tolerance.
over a period, yeah, you gain a tolerance to it. And I think the same can be said with spell work. Once you do something for a long period of
Definitely.
time, your life or surroundings grow a tolerance to that, and then it's just like, nope, now it doesn't work
Yeah.
like it used to.
And also, like, that's so true. And then there's also like just the main law that I live by with
Mm,
my spellcraft and my witchcraft is the threefold law. So it's like,
mm,
well, if I'm like eliminating my nightmares which are related to unresolved childhood trauma, and
mm.
I'm refusing to look at that shadow and do the work on that, then where is that shadow going to show up? It's going to show up via the threefold law, because any kind of magic or spell you do, it comes back to you 3 times.
Yeah,
So that shadow is going to come back to you 3 times in another aspect of your life, right?
yeah, and that would be not what you want.
I think that would happen if you would be abusing it, at least, anyway,
Yeah,
because
or
you can
not.
only suppress that kind of stuff for so long.
I agree. And I think as well, like it'll come on it'll come on a day when you don't need it too, on top of that. Which is like just how the universe works, you know?
Exactly. Oh my god,
Like
so true. I know. Oh my god, it's so true. Okay, we better go though, because
I think so.
this has
It's
been super
lunchtime
fun. Probably
now.
one of my favorite. I know, I'm so hungry.
Me too.
That this has been like one of my favorite, Rebecca. I really enjoyed today's
Yeah.
episode of our
It was really
lives.
good, I
So
think.
it's even more, yeah. I think we'll be doing another one soon.
This time on mine, on my channel.
Yeah,
Which means I
yeah.
get to do all the
So
fun setting up on my laptop.
yeah. Oh god, I hope my internet works.
I get to have the
Jesus, we're
internet
praying.
problems next time, dude. It's gonna be
Oh
a
god,
full thing.
don't.
We'll figure it out.
Thanks everyone though who joined us. We've had quite a few people come in. Leanne, Mage, Maria.
Yep.
We really appreciate your comments.
I was gonna read through them really quick. Let me see.
Yeah, if you can be quick, go for it.
Helki's Dream Party sounds like the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Leanne says, it was good to meet you today. Maid says, I brought some basil seeds at the supermarket, or as the supermarkets are hopeless. That harvest is a few weeks away. And then many hearts.
Yay, basil. Yeah, yay for basil. I've got a few basil plants in my garden.
I adore them. They're so cute.
Cool.
But
yeah,
thank you guys.
It smells so good. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time over on Little Cosmic Crow.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.